Mark, you're on the air.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey, can you put JD in control of the programming on Howard 101? I don't know who the fuck is doing it, but is doing a horrible fucking job.
Tim's the program director.
Tim, can we have him in for a little sit down and see what the fuck he's thinking about the programming?
What don't you?
Well, I mean, you interrupt the fucking programming with this Abe and Louie, whatever the fuck his name is, and then he decides, or you decide to pull off Big Black Show. I mean,
we didn't pull off Big Black Show. Those guys won't come on because they didn't get paid. For some reason, Sirius has people on a 60-day plan for paying them. I'm on the 60-year plan, we found out. But whatever.
All right. I mean,
Tim, you want to come in and defend who Abe was on last night? Well, a lot of people said to us on 101, can you put on some live shows? So we put on Big Black. Well, they'll be back, those guys, as soon as they get paid.
By the way, though, if they stop working, does the 60-day cycle stop at a certain point?
I don't. You're asking the wrong guy.
Because they might have to go through this again.
Hey, Timmy.
Good morning.
What do you say, man?
Black on Black is on tonight at 8 o'clock for 2 hours.
There you go. You see, you were bitching about Tim, and now it's that.
Here we go.
Go ahead. What else?
And then on the Abe Cannon show is somebody we're just, trying to develop new talent and look for new things out there. And
Abe's pretty funny.
Yeah, so we're trying stuff.
Especially that guy that they got on there with the deep voice, right, Tim? What's his name?
Bass.
What Bass?
Bass.
I like him.
I don't know. I listened to the show. It sounded like a retarded version of The View.
Well.
I mean, what can I tell you?
All right, so then you tune over to 100 and listen to our replay.
Exactly.
Right, I mean, what about Sal and Richard? They got enough material to fill a fucking time slot.
You want to hear Sal and Richard? We'll give them a show.
Please.
All right. I guarantee there'll be complaints about that. Right? You give Sal and Richard
whatever
a show?
you do. Whatever
you do, someone's going to complain about it. Hey, by the way,
yes, sir.
You got to learn how to spell, bro.
What did I spell?
What is the word, first of all, a couple of things.
Well, first of all, let me tell you.
No. This is
okay.
you.
Here, hold on a second. Here,
listen to me.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. You got to get it together. When there's a word you don't know, don't put it in an email. You understand?
Okay, which word was
Sometimes
it?
you got to choose another word.
He goes, in the past, PASSED.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Oh.
Now listen.
No, because spell check.
No,
Seriously.
that is.
No,
PAST is a word.
I know.
It's not spell check.
But literally, I'm going to show you something.
Past and past are two words that are.
I know, but when you're typing on an iPhone and you're typing away, and it's like my spell check.
Right, sure. Okay. Listen to me. And
spell check won't catch that because past is spelled correctly.
And how do you spell whirlwind?
Whirlwind?
Yeah, go ahead, spell it.
WORLDWIND.
Okay.
No.
Now listen to me.
Whirlwind. Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
Huh? Go, what?
Yeah, okay. You listen. Don't use the word whirlwind.
Okay.
What
did I use that?
He put whirlwind in anyway.
He does.
Oh.
Listen
Why
to
are
me.
you
Okay, I'm listening.
You're a bright guy. You're one of the best programmers I know.
Thank you.
But some words, when I don't know a word, I don't put it in a written
My
note.
head goes too fast.
Whirlwind.
Whirlwind.
World, WHIRL.
WHIRL.
World.
Right.
It's not
okay.
world.
Whirl. I know. Okay, whirl
No,
round.
you don't.
Yes,
World and whirl are two different words.
Got it. Sorry. Yes, sir. Okay, I'm going to go back.
I'm worried about... No, don't you go anywhere. Okay.
I'm going back to my thesaurus and my dictionary.
Listen, Tim is not alone. There's a lot of people out there, myself included.
I know, and spell check also.
No, that is not spell check.
Well, no.
That has nothing to do with spell check.
I want to show you an example.
I know when it's spell check. I know all about that.
Okay.
Come back here. Where are you going?
No, I gotta go.
I'm not done with you.
I got things
What am I going to do? Get over here.
I got things to do.
Come here.
Where's he doing?
You better run out and study spelling.
He always carries on with that spell check. Spell check is not going to catch a word that's spelled correctly.
I love Tim.
Actually, I'm very upset today. Did you hear about Clarence Clemens?
He had a stroke. I love Clarence. Too bad. Yeah, good dude. Really, every time he came in here, it was great. But, and when he would fawn over you, it was the greatest because you'd be, oh, thank you. You know when a chick's not into you and you're like, I want you to call me when you're in the tub. And you're like, thank you. You have the face of an angel. Thank you very much. You know. I love to cook. Oh, we'll have to make that happen in the year 2057. Poor guy never even got to cook for you. Robin's probably tearing off in her car. He almost ran out of the room. But, yeah. He had been in failing health for a while.
Yeah, he's been having some trouble. They were saying last year, I guess it was, that would be his last year touring with the E Street Band. He used to sit most of the concert on stage. He had 2 hip replacements and all kinds of things were going on.
So they said he had a stroke, and I don't know what that means, but...
What do you mean I don't know what that means?
I mean, I don't know if it was mild or very, very intense stroke. There's all varying degrees.
Well, they said he was seriously ill.
No, that sounds like in a coma kind of thing, right? I mean, I don't know.
Just says that it had a big effect.
Oh.
And we don't know what the long term of it is at this
Great
point.
guy. Robin's so cold that she would just be like, now you're a vegetable. I love vegetables. All right, I'll marry you. Poor Clarence. That sucks. Getting old and like something like that happening just blows. You know why? Because now he's at the mercy of like everyone, like the hospital, and it's just,
your life is turned over and put in the hands of
everyone.
other people.
I hope he's okay. I once saw a movie. A guy had a stroke. All he could do is blink one eye. Everything else, he was fucking frozen. And he wrote a whole book blinking his eye. You see this movie?
You told me about that
Holy
movie. I said,
mackerel.
why would I want to go see that?
You know what? If you feel like hanging yourself and you're just not depressed enough, just watch this movie.
I don't know why people watch depressing things
This
like
movie,
that.
this guy had a great life. He's hanging out. He's got a girlfriend. He's got a sports car. He's got everything going for him. He's got a young kid, blah, blah, blah. Driving along. Oh, I don't feel so good. Boom. Next thing you know, he's in the hospital. All he can do is blink one eye. Everything else is completely shut down.
Yeah.
He can think complete thoughts. His mind is intact.
Mind is racing along.
Yeah, but all he can do is blink one eye. And he's all freaked out and everything, and he's locked. He can't talk. He can't do anything. Can't tell anybody anything. If he's got an itch, he can't even scratch it.
I know.
So he starts blinking, and they say to him, okay, blink once for letter A, blink twice for the letter B, and so on and so forth. Z, of course, is
Oh my
26
God, 26
blinks.
blinks.
Yeah.
Forget it.
This guy, so he decides to write a book. By the way, the book had I don't think it had any Z's in it. As far as I can remember. The word zebra didn't appear.
Yeah, he just stuck with the first 7 letters.
He changed it to striped horse. But this guy starts blinking. And can now imagine the tedious. Like, okay, the first word. And. Or the. Here we go. Here's T.
T already is way up there.
All right, let's go. Now, H. E.
Oh, thank God for
Oops.
E.
Wait a second. I think I made a mistake. How do I take that back? Where's my spell check? Can you imagine this guy? He's blinking away, and it gives him purpose,
Well, what else is he going to do? He's laying there all day. Might as well blink a book.
I think if he smacks his head into the wall, it means go back and delete a letter. I mean, I said, I don't even know how he's doing this. And this woman, these even with the blinking, he spelled better than Tim. We have a couple of notorious bad spellers. Who else is a bad speller around here, Gary?
Well, Sal's pretty bad.
Sal's the worst.
Yeah.
Tim could beat him in a spelling bee.
And Steve Brandano could...
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Where did Steve go to college?
UMass Amherst.
Yeah, that's got to be an easy school then.
Sal says he's smarter than Tim.
No,
Sal,
Tim
come
can
here.
beat you.
No way.
Sal, you're the worst speller I've ever seen.
Not a chance in hell, buddy.
Yeah?
Why do you always say you're smart?
Because I am.
Oh, you always run into trouble with that.
Trouble. Trouble.
Nice.
NICE.
Oh, wow.
Forensic.
Robin. SHUTUP.
Forensic.
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 I think that might be right.
It is.
Whenever Tim's ready, I'll do it.
Whirlwind.
WORLD. Oh. Whirlwind. WHIRLWIND.
He just heard you do that.
Yeah.
No.
I think it's whirlwind.
No, it's with a D.
Whirlwind.
It's
because
wind
wind-
with a D.
Yeah,
A wind
whirlwind.
whirls.
I don't know, but I would avoid that in an email. Like, I know I'm not clear on that one. I know whirl, W-H-I-R-L, but I wasn't sure if it's win or winsight. You know what I do? I go, fast, F-A-S-T. I know that word. You read my books, there's no big words in them. Because what the hell? Where am I going to come up with a big word?
Why bother?
Why bother? I have a very limited vocabulary, and I stick to it. That's it. Why would I try words I don't know, especially in email? All right, we'll have a spelling bee between Sal, Steve Brandano, and Tim. Winner gets to keep his job. Sal, rendezvous. He's probably not there. Rendezvous would throw him right over the edge. That's a hard word.
Here he comes. Come on, Sal.
If he gets
Sal
this,
is going to spell rendezvous?
he gets rendezvous, then he doesn't even have to be in the spelling
go,
bee.
Sal.
Rendezvous.
R-E-N-D-E-V-O-U-S.
Why are you shaking?
Because I want to get this right.
Sal's
Yeah.
actually, Howard, he's shaking.
No, I'm all right.
He's shaking because he's in a bad marriage.
You didn't even get
Marriage, C-U-N-T.
Oh, wow.
Oh, boy.
Only kidding.
Yeah, no, you're not.
Marriage, I'm F-U-C-K-E-D.
All right.
Would you be shocked to find out there's a Z in rendezvous?
I put a Z in there.
No, you didn't.
No, you
you put
didn't.
an S.
Yeah, R-E-N-D-E-V-O-U-Z-E.
No. All right, here's an easy one. Scissors.
S-C-I-S-S-O-R-S.
Very good.
Thank you, pal.
Rhythm.
Rhythm, R-Y. Oh, rhythm. R-H-Y-T-H-M. Wait, rhythm. R-H-Y-T-H-M. R-H-Y-T-H-M.
All right.
Final answer.
All right.
That's wrong.
No, it isn't.
No, he had it right.
Isn't there an N at the end of rhythm?
No.
No.
You ready for this, jackass?
R-H-Y-T-H-M. Where's an N? Rhythm and... Fucking... Gary, you're going in the spelling bee, not Sal.
Hey, happy.
No, look. Gary's looking for a computer that will somehow find an N at the end of rhythm.
It doesn't exist.
Gary, what are you thinking? Rhythm with an N.
I could swear we had a music teacher who used to make us learn how to spell it. I could swear there was a rhythm.
That's why he's the music teacher, not the English teacher.
Idiot. G-A-R-Y.
Loser. S-A-L.
Did
about-
Sal ever spell rendezvous right?
Yes.
No, he put an
No.
E. He put an E after the Z. All right. What about you got the word judgment?
Judgment's easy. J-U-D-G-E. Oh, wait. J-U-D-G-E-M-E-N-T.
Nice.
A lot of people don't put the E in.
Bureau? That you can't get.
Bureau. B-U-R-E-A-U.
Awesome.
I think he got judgment wrong.
No, J-U-D-G.
G-E-M-E-N-T.
I'm going to double check with the dictionary. I went to a misspelled words place, and they leave the E out.
Yeah, it's J-U-D-G-M-E-N-T.
There's no E?
Judge.
Mike.
I think you leave the E out.
Judgment's
You know what?
It goes either
It's both
way.
ways,
It
yeah.
goes either way.
I spell it with an E.
I spell it with an E.
Yeah. All right, Sal.
what are you doing?
No spelling bee for you.
Get out of here.
Oh, they're arguing with each other. Hey, Sal. Give you one last one. He's got to fight. We got to get one funny one out of him. Kernel, but like the kernel of corn.
K-E-R-N-E-L. Well,
right.
Colonel is, as in Colonel Sanders is with a C, right? It
Yeah.
looks like clonal if you pronounce it.
Go ahead, let me hear you spell it.
C-O-L-O-N-E-L.
All right, an extra O, but pretty close.
Yeah.
Close enough.
There you go.
I think he spelled colonel. I think. I'm not sure what he spelled.
You held your own before with that little spelling throwdown, if you will.
Absolutely.
Are you tired of being mislabeled as the dumb guy, as the fall guy for all the, history knowledge and spelling and grammar and things like that?
Look, I don't know much about geography. Just didn't care for it. I'm not a pilot. I was making pizza as a kid. That's all I cared about. And as far as history's concerned, it's in the past. I don't remember the last shit I took. And that's how I look at that. But it doesn't mean that I am not intelligent. I'm able to spell. I could spell things. As a matter of fact, I spelled so well that I even beat him.
What do you mean?
Well, when I spelled rhythm, Gary thought there was an N in it. Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, that is stupid. That right there is stupid. An N in rhythm? R-N-T-N-H-Y-N. Rhythm. You know why I think it's rhythm? Because the way his tongue rolls over his teeth, he hears an N. It's rhythm, boy. Rhythm. So.
But oftentimes that's Gary's failsafe, is that when you're ripping on him for maybe some incompetency that's happened during the process of the show, he always goes to your brain power, your IQ, your alleged stupidity.
And he has a 122, and I had whatever I had. It was decent, I'm sure, but I even beat him in the spelling. Twice, as a matter of fact. There was another word, too. No, you got it wrong, but I got it right. So, yeah, I'm pretty good with my spelling. I'm pretty confident about that.
Does it fire you up a little bit when you're the constant fall guy for these types of games?
No, I mean, who wants to be reminded, oh, you know what, here's a situation where we need a retard, call Sal. That doesn't really fire me up, but it was a good opportunity for me to prove that I can indeed spell. I can do a lot of things. Things that you don't know about. Things that you'll be hearing about. I could change the world, my friend.
I believe you.
One letter at a time.
You just got to get in that rhythm.
R-N-T-Y-T-H-N. Rhythm. Rhythm, boy.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate, Baba Booey. On Monday's wrap-up show, we discussed the fact that Scott the Engineer's wife called in, and we talked about what that all meant, how she called Ronnie's new girlfriend Chippy, how we don't think she likes Ronnie, and I think we finally got an answer to what Chippy means and what she thinks of Ronnie the limo driver.
We haven't had a good old-fashioned on-air fight amongst the staff in a little while.
Long time, I think.
Like a good one, like a real one.
Yeah, it was very real, and it got more real as it went on.
Well, once wives start arguing, then it's a good fight.
Well, let's start with that. So Shuli goes in and does the update, and I think the premise was to talk about Sal.
This is going to be a Sal bashing.
Right. And Sal, of course, and realizes that he's wrong and apologizes and sounds completely sincere. And that turns into Ronnie being in there to discuss it. And then Ronnie, of course, talked about what goes on when they're there and Scott the engineer. And next thing you know, Scott's wife's on the phone to basically set the record straight about what happened, because she was accused of being the reason why Scott left early. And I've heard that accusation has been made before.
Well, we should go back. I started to get on the microphone, but then I backed off. There's been tension between Ronnie and Scott's wife for a while, and I forget what it goes back to, but it goes back like 8 or 9 years ago. Something happened where they were supposed to go somewhere, and Ronnie wanted Scott to go, and something happened, and they used to go out to dinner, and that stopped. And I remember we talked about in the air that they weren't going to be friends anymore. I wish I could remember what it was.
Yeah.
So there's been some tension there for a while anyway.
And now she's calling him the dredge of the earth. And Ronnie, when Ronnie does it, you really want to go there. You could tell Ronnie's getting heated, and they got into it. And well, I was going to ask this question, but I see a caller already has it. So, Jeff, I'll give you the floor. Ask your question.
Dude. Oh, my God. What the fuck is up with Scott? He stands there and lets Ronnie trash his wife in front of millions of people and doesn't say a word. If I was at a party and a buddy of mine started talking like that to my wife, it would have ended with me punching him in the mouth. What's up with Scott? Why didn't he stand up for his wife?
Well, that's very Scott in the sense that Scott, I've seen him before, and he's like, listen, my wife's her own person. This is her fight. I don't have to get involved in it.
It was an awkward thing because you had Ronnie and Scott's wife arguing, and Scott is literally standing there silent looking at Howard. And I wasn't sure if it was what you just said, Gary, sort of this is her fight, let her handle it, or if you... What was going through your mind as that was going on? Because you had to feel extremely awkward, Scott.
Well, it was a little awkward, obviously, but I mean, she called in and she, was upset that they were making fun of me. She was trying to support me, which I really appreciate, because she, they were making fun that Scott doesn't do anything and he just takes the money, and so I guess she was upset about that.
So you felt that she had your back in this conversation?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely had my back. So, and I appreciate that. So. She's a big girl. She could speak for herself. So,
but did you ever feel a need to go, "Hey, Ronnie, whoa, that's my wife. Whoa, stop the clock." No, but did you ever feel a need to? That's what this guy's saying.
I did, but I know that I probably would have gotten some resistance
from
Howard, because I know that he likes a good fight on the air. I did want to stop him, but Did
you feel he was out of line at any point?
They were arguing. I don't really think he was out of line. I mean,
it's got to be weird too, because like who are you? Which one are you closer to?
I'm not even going to answer that.
I do have to say, Scott, that for my money, Scott had the funniest line of the morning. Howard goes, Scott, what do you think of Ronnie? And he goes, you heard my wife. He's an asshole.
Scott, I don't think Howard would have gotten on you if you backed your wife up there. I really don't. I mean, you weren't going to.
Of course, I'd back her up. I mean, I don't. She has some of her feelings, and that's fine. I mean, obviously she,
But do you think she's so held her own.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So if she was,
I didn't think that there was a need for this. Isn't a party. And you do let stuff sort of air out. That's the point of her calling in. She wanted to get her point across. And I don't think this is a hey, don't talk to my wife like that. It's not like he said, oh, she's a fucking skank.
Yeah,
he had an argument. She had an argument back.
Yeah, plus, I don't think Scott's unaware of this issue. My guess
is there's tension, right? We agree that between your wife and Ronnie, there's tension.
Well, there is now.
But there was before. I do remember now. There's a guy up on the phone, but I do remember. This started when you wanted to go to driving school, right?
No,
I think it's
not at all.
If I remember the story correctly, is when we first came to Sirius and we had that partnership with NASCAR, which both Scott and Ronnie were really excited about. And I think they had this whole weekend plan where they were going to get flown out to Chicago,
they were going to go to a race or something,
and they were going to go to a race and be in the pit and blah blah blah. And then at the last minute, Scott pulled out, and Ronnie totally blamed it on Scott's wife.
Right, and I think I remember that coming up on the air, and I think that's whether Ronnie had tension with your wife over it. I think by bringing it up on the air might have created tension with your wife against Ronnie.
It might. I mean, she obviously doesn't agree.
Do you live there? You seem unaware.
Ronnie's wife. Ronnie sees a problem. Did he have a problem with Doug Goodstein's wife also? Didn't he have words with Marlo Goodstein on the air?
Yeah.
Did he call her like a bitch or something? Yeah. I don't know.
I don't remember if it was that, but we're going to try and get Ronnie.
I guess she liked Ronnie's ex-wife, and I guess she felt bad about the whole thing, and then he's with a young woman now, and so I guess she doesn't she didn't like it.
So this
tension... Yeah, no, I listen, I've heard similar. I mean, my wife loves Ronnie, but she's weirded out by the thing. She's like, there was this woman that I loved that just has disappeared.
So even before that, there wasn't. You're saying there wasn't any tension there? Like it was that Ronnie's girlfriend. That's what brought this on.
Well, we do a lot together, or I go out with him, and so I guess maybe I took away some of the attention I should be giving to her by going out with those guys. But I mean, I don't know for sure, but I think it's more of the girlfriend thing. Now, she likes Stephanie though.
Now, why were people blaming your wife for you leaving early? You said that wasn't the case.
Not the case. I mean, we were there. We hung around for 10 minutes after the show ended, 10, 15 minutes, and it was already after 11. And I had, a pretty long ride home, and I had to get up for work on Friday.
Right, but when you said that, Shuli, Ronnie, they were like, that's not the reason why.
Well, that's their opinion, but I'm telling you the truth.
And they complain about that for every show, so it's not like a new...
That's true.
I hang around a little and then I leave. So I mean, I'm not like them standing around drinking at the bar or doing whatever.
Waiting to throw up.
Right. So yeah, I don't get wasted. I didn't drink. I had one drink, I think, and so that's my thing. So I left, and I had to go to work the next day. So they didn't. Well, Shuli did, but that's his deal. Ronnie didn't have to work Friday, so nobody else apparently did either.
What's it going to be like when you get home today?
It should be fine. I don't see any problem. She got on the air. That was her choice. I didn't put her on the air. She wanted to argue with Ronnie, and she felt that she had certain things to say. She didn't appreciate them trashing me, both at the show and on the air today.
You don't think she's going to come down on you for, like, kind of letting Ronnie railroad her? Like Ronnie was yelling and wouldn't let her get a word in. You don't think she's going to be like, where were you to have my back there? Or
in a situation like that,
yeah,
I would. It would have been almost impossible to get a word in edgewise anyway. So she was doing fine. If she needed help, I would have stepped in, and of course I would have helped her. But I didn't feel that I had that she wasn't doing fine. She did well. She expressed what she had to say.
I mean, there's a part of me, like, if that was going on with me, I would have sort of stepped back and go, look, my wife's kicking Ronnie's ass.
He didn't really.
She certainly was holding her own, don't you think?
Yes.
He didn't trash her really. She brought up some things, and he responded. And I felt that she was doing fine.
No, she came out guns blazing. I mean, she definitely dug into Ronnie immediately and didn't hold back, which, if she's sticking up for you, I could see why.
Well, I like Robin Sabean, Scott's wife, a lot. Like Ronnie, his girlfriend. But Robin, Scott's wife, did take the stronger dig.
What do you mean?
She made a much stronger verbal dig than Ronnie did. When she what she called Stephanie.
What did she call her?
I mean, I don't know literally what a chippy means, but that was the strongest.
That chippy means like
it's a young.
Well, if you don't know what it means, then how do you know it's stronger?
I don't know literally what it means, but it implies like
she's younger, and she's like you say. Oh, he's with that young chippy. It's not like a whore.
It does
it's just
imply
like
that
it's more like a young. It's more like
a young.
It's a very old-fashioned term, but it's not
derogatory though.
But it's not. It's not derogatory.
Sexualized. I think someone can look up chippy. If there's a dictionary there,
where will I look? A dictionary from 1920 is what I need.
It was definitely a shot. But
it's a little lower than a broad.
But like Scott was saying, I guess Robin and Bonnie had a relationship, or maybe things were different. And now that she's gone and a younger woman's in the picture, she's not happy.
Does that end?
According to the Oxford Dictionary, the third definition for a chippy, it's North American, is a promiscuous young woman, especially a prostitute.
Promiscuous. Basically called her a whore. Basically called her a whore.
I guess so.
According to the third definition.
I didn't realize that was the meaning of the word.
Jenks, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah, what's happening? I don't know. I kind of got the impression listening to that Scott, man, how could you not defend your wife or say something during that? I mean, your wife, she's going to rip you apart when you get home for that. You know that.
For what? I mean, she was defending herself. There was nothing more that I could do or say at that point. She was doing great. So
I'm going to make a prediction. You are going to come in tomorrow angry at Ronnie. You're going to come in tomorrow angry because you're going to find out what you did wrong. You're going to hear about it tonight, and you're going to come in tomorrow angry at Ronnie.
I know why she called. She was trying to support me, and she wasn't, which is a great thing. And
I agree with everything you just said. You're going to come in tomorrow angry at Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie, what's your definition of a chippy?
A chippy?
Yeah. Does she? I think Scott's wife said that your girlfriend is a chippy. What do you think that means?
I guess it's a young girl.
Who? Okay.
So.
Because we were trying to figure out how deep the dig was.
You pissed off at him?
No, not at all.
Is your relationship with Scott awkward when you have this sort of?
Well, I feel bad for him because I know he's going to go home and catch a lot of shit today.
Why does everybody think I'm going to catch shit?
He says he's not going to catch any shit because Robin called in, stated her piece, and Scott didn't need to say anything because she held her own.
There's a bunch of calls up. There's a school of thought that you were disrespectful to his wife and that he should have stepped in and told you to shut the fuck up.
I was disrespectful. I was called that I'm an asshole, that I'm a shit, that I'm classless, and I didn't say anything derogatory to her before that until she started that stuff.
Dredge of the earth, you were called also.
Yeah. Because she's jealous.
Well, I agree with that comment.
Yeah, I mean, forget it. I could have said a lot more, and I'm not going anywhere near any of the stuff that I could have said.
go down that road.
I'm not. No.
No one ever takes that road.
I do.
No.
Yeah, Jason doesn't hesitate to take that road.
No, first of all, I
Maserati.
don't. I disagree. In one thing, I disagree with Scott, and I don't see how he says she called in to support him when she said that everybody on that show sucked and they were shit.
Yeah,
the show was shit.
I sort of got that impression too, that she was lumping you in with that.
How does that?
I agree
how
with
does that support?
I agree with my wife.
How does that support her husband?
I don't agree with her opinion that the show sucked. Okay, and I told her that. When we were home that night.
Did she complain that the DJ sucked, that he only has 3 songs on his phone?
Yeah.
I let her say it sucked in front of Shuli, but later at home alone, I told
when
her.
you left,
the purpose of the show is to do exactly what we did.
But
that's the idea.
But Scott, when you left that night, what was that ride home like? Did anything come up because Sal was being so crazy, or
Ronnie with the Ronnie?
She
complaining?
thought Sal was funny, and she thought Mad Dog, the comedian that we had there, was funny.
He was amazing.
Chris Russo?
What'd she say what did she say about Ronnie?
She didn't say anything about Ronnie.
I don't believe you.
I don't either.
I don't believe that you guys got in that car and Ronnie's name didn't come up
No,
once.
she said he could be a little rough at times, but I mean, overall, she didn't give me any other impressions. But the overall thing was the show. She didn't like the show.
But what does that mean? A little rough at times.
I thought. See,
His language.
Yeah, and I also think she was annoyed. This is just my opinion. Okay, I'm not putting words in her mouth. My opinion was she was annoyed because at the beginning of the show, Scott usually does this dance. And he came to Shuli and said he really didn't want to do it because he was going to have friends in the audience. So at the first part of the show, I pointed these people out and I said that thank you for ruining the beginning of the show because Scott didn't do his dance. I think she was upset with that. That was my personal thought. Because after that, she had nothing to say to me the rest of the night.
Johnny in Tampa, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hi, guys. I just want to say, I don't want to say to Scott, that guy, Ronnie, is not your friend. I mean, he's a jerk. You don't get into an argument with a friend's wife. You stay away. You don't get your friend in trouble and run your mouth with your friend's wife.
How did I get him in trouble?
Old mommy, because he got into an argument with your friend, and your friend is standing right there next to you. I mean, what's up with that? Why don't you shut your mouth, say yes, ma'am, and move on?
No, I don't. I'm not going to stand there and be called classless and an asshole and everything else by somebody and just stand there and take it. You got the wrong guy for that. I'm sorry.
Right next to you. You do it for your friend. You take care of your friend.
I did take care of my friend. Believe me. Believe me when I tell you I took care of my friend.
You did not.
Oh, yes, I did.
You
don't know, okay? All you do is call in and run your mouth also. You don't even know what you're talking about, okay?
I know how to take care of my friends.
Good. Well, then you go take care of your friends, okay? You do that.
And Ronnie, just to address that guy, Johnny, you didn't start in. Like, Robin called in to start yelling at you.
And, well, I brought something up, and maybe that's what set her off. I said that I think, also, in my opinion, that she thinks I'm a bad influence on Scott. For certain the reasons are, whenever we go out and we invite him to go, we invite her also. Never comes. It's always Scott comes alone.
See, I don't think that she thinks she's a... See, this is what I get out of it. She doesn't think that you're a bad influence. She doesn't like you.
Exactly.
There's a difference.
Well, it's to me, it's the same. If you don't like me, you think,
Well, it sounds
whatever.
like it's more about the divorce and you moving on in life.
But there were issues before that.
Well, okay, but I think that maybe was the final nail in the coffin.
Well, hold on,
But
guy.
the other thing, I just wanted to say, Ronnie, you didn't attack his wife. Like, you didn't go after his wife. And
No.
you didn't throw him under the bus
No.
either with anything.
I didn't.
Right.
That's why I didn't think that I would.
I
If
don't
he
know where
started
I don't
attacking
even
her,
know
I
where
would
it
have
came from.
I would have come to her defense. I mean, but she was doing fine.
Well, we're sort of talking around it here. I mean, Scott, does your wife not like Ronnie?
Apparently. Yeah.
No, don't give me apparently. You know the answer to the question. Either she does or she doesn't.
Well, she doesn't like him.
Okay. I don't think that comes as a surprise.
There's no surprise.
I think she expressed that today.
Did
on
you
the
know
air.
that,
Very
Ronnie,
clearly.
for a long time?
I never know it until 100% till he just said it now.
Well, you knew it from this morning.
Yeah, I had my feelings, but he just confirmed it for sure. Obviously, I've been talked about that she doesn't like me. Obviously, because I got divorced and I moved on with some, younger girl,
Chippy.
which is like never heard of in this society.
Scott,
Before
did she
Ron-
not? Yeah, I think we're going to ask the same question. Did Chief have these feelings for Ronnie before the divorce happened? Like, did she always think he was a bad influence?
No, not at all.
So when that happened, that was sort of.
Yeah, I guess she doesn't. I mean, she doesn't obviously agree with what he did.
If
so.
Stephanie eventually gets old enough, do you think she'll like Ronnie?
Maybe if the woman that he was with was a little older. I don't know. People get divorced. The marriages don't work out. I get it. So, but I guess she didn't like the fact that she's a lot younger than he is.
I'm Scott the Engineer, and on Tuesday's wrap-up show, once again, I got my ass handed to me because I wanted to go bowling, so I asked a question if I could have some days off to go bowling, and here's what happened.
We should start off with Scott Salem's quest to bowl, and I know we had a lot of Scott on the wrap-up show yesterday, and we're going to have a lot of Scott on today, simply because he's in the crosshairs, and it was sort of the perfect storm today because Scott, I would imagine, was fired up about what happened yesterday. And the news broke the story that he had emailed Howard about there was a new PBA event and he wanted to go, and Howard had gotten an email. But that was at the tail end of this. What I heard, and Gary, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is Scott had talked to Doug Goodstein, yourself, Tim Sabean, everybody who basically said no to him, yet he persisted until he got a message from Howard, which basically said no. Now, Scott's argument, and I see him running down the hall now, I wonder if he's going to be as fired up as he was in the studio. Scott's argument is a simple one, which is, and Scott, correct me if I'm wrong, no one said no. People didn't answer. People said maybe, or we got to talk to this guy, we got to talk, but nobody came out and said, no, Scott, you cannot do this.
Well, today was the classic example of be careful what you wish for, because what I do know is that Scott was talking to a lot of people, and I think it would be fair to say Scott was trying to flush this out on the air. My understanding was he was trying to generate a news story that would get this to come out on the air. I think the hope was that it would come out on the air and he would get to go.
Were you lobbying the news, Scott? Be honest.
No, I asked about it. I asked Brad last week. I said, I know Shuley did the story. Are you going to bring that up on the air? I asked him. I didn't push. I asked him.
But it sounds like through the news, talking to Gary, talking to other people, it's like you were talking to everybody here about making this happen. And again, you're passionate about bowling. It's something that you want to do.
Right.
But was this an instance where you did hear no and just kept going?
I never heard no. Again.
Well, what did you hear?
I heard Doug said, I asked him, he put it off. I sent him an email. He didn't respond. I said, okay.
So Doug never gave you an answer?
No.
So
Doug's answer was, well, if he didn't respond, that's probably no.
Right. Okay, so that's your first. That's
Doug's
a
world.
that's a pretty good
That's
hint.
in Doug's world. I never ask Howard anything.
No, but
okay?
but you
I
wouldn't-
never bother him with anything.
Step away from this being as close to it as you are,
Right.
and think about it some other way. Think about it like I went to Howard and asked for the day off for something. I wanted to go to the Met game, right? And Howard didn't answer me. What would you think? What would you say to me?
Either he didn't get the email, or he
You
just
know
didn't,
he gets
didn't want
the-
to. He
Or-
did it on
or- keep going.
He didn't want to answer.
Right? Why would he not want to
He didn't want
answer?
to look like the bad guy, which he
Right.
said on the air.
Right.
He said, "I don't want to look like
Scott-
the
So
bad
I think-
guy." But what to me,
Scott,
not
Scott.
answering is looking worse than a bad guy.
You don't get to call the shots.
Scott, you've been here a very long time,
I
okay?
have. And I don't. I would
hold on.
normally not bother
Here's
anybody
the thing,
on
okay?
anything.
If I email Howard something and I don't get a response, that's a no. I know it's a no.
And everybody
I think-
here knows
Does
that.
anybody else think differently?
I think differently because sometimes I take it as, and not necessarily Scott's kind of situation, but I take it as, it's like, oh, should I work on this or that? And if there's not an exact no yet, you're not sure if this is the.
But you're
if this is
insane.
still
You
percolating.
understand that? Like you're not. You're an outlier.
Yeah.
You're
Be-
insane.
He's right in a way because if Howard really wanted you to work on this or
no,
that,
no, I know.
he'd respond
but,
to you.
But I think sometimes Howard doesn't give a no because, well, first of all, he generally doesn't give no. That's true. But I think sometimes it's just like it's not necessarily a bad idea. It's just not for right now.
But he usually
Right, so don't do it right now.
He'll usually say, "Or look, I know I've sent stuff in," and he'll be like, "Hey, this is good. Maybe Fred can help polish it up, or let's go in a different angle." Like he usually does give suggestions.
And the other issue here is why is Scott, or frankly anybody, going to Howard in the first place when the protocol, as Howard said today, was you got to talk to Gary first.
Always.
Let me go through it. So the Doug thing, Doug said probably not. He didn't get an answer. I waited about a week, and Doug said, let's see what happens. So after a week, Howard was doing stuff in my studio, so quickly, I said, I know Doug sent you a note. What do you think?
Did you know that was on camera, by the way?
I had no idea.
Yeah. To me, it was on camera. It looked like Doug was there knowing you were going to ask, and it was engineered that it would be on camera.
I didn't even realize it.
And what did Howard say?
He said, now he could have ended it all a month ago by saying, I get that you want to bowl. I don't like the idea. We did it last year. I'm sorry.
I saw the tape because he's not answering the question.
What did he say?
You know what, Scott? I can't talk about this now. I got to deal with some stuff, and he lied.
No, right. That's what he said. I said he could have ended it by saying what I just said,
Right.
but he said, you know what? I'm going to go in the back. I'm tired.
He avoided you.
His
Of course.
Scott, this is Fitzsimmons logic you're using.
I was going to
here.
say, yes.
Of course he avoided me, and I didn't appreciate that.
Didn't you think that Greg Fitzsimmons sounded like an idiot when he went through his whole thing with the book and Howard? I mean, didn't you think so? As an objective observer?
But Greg doesn't work for him for 26 years.
Because you sound exactly like him right
But Greg doesn't work for him for 26 years.
All right, so
this is like maybe the first request in all that time that I've made like
All right, so
this.
Howard avoids the question, what's your next move?
He said, let me talk to Tim and Gary.
So now you're waiting on Howard
So I
to get
waited
back
again.
to you?
I can give you a little bit of background on this, by the way. I give you a tiny bit of background. Scott came to me to ask me about it, and I put Scott off.
Right.
I
he
knew
said,
no,
so he
hold
said-
on. Let me finish it.
Go ahead.
I knew the answer was no. Tim, for some bizarre reason, I said, Tim, did you talk to Scott yet? Because he came to me. And Tim's like, yeah, well, we have to discuss it. I had to remind Tim that we had discussed it. So Tim was a little slow getting the answer. And I could have said something to Scott, but it was actually, it's Tim's place to say it. Like, I didn't want to cut Tim's legs out. Tim is the one who should be having the discussion with him. And then when I heard Tim this morning, when I was talking to Tim, and Tim said, I said, Tim, what did you say to him? And he goes, not a good idea. I told him no. I go, well, did you tell him no, or did you tell him it's not a good idea? And while I don't think that Scott should misinterpret it any other way, not a good idea is no, I don't know why Tim didn't just say the answer's no.
Right. So Tim didn't say no to you, but he did say,
he said, let me advise you as a friend.
So
but even you said today.
But even you said you're not his friend today.
Well, I'm not his friend, but what does that mean? I mean, does it?
It sounds
is he
like-
giving me
God,
like
dude.
an unofficial answer, not officially?
What do you think?
What do you think,
You
man?
want this is like Richard Christie does this
Listen,
sometimes.
I'm
you
being-
want this
I'm
so
being
bad
very
that you-
particular here.
Yeah, you want this so bad that you don't want to read
know
between
that.
the lines.
I didn't want to read between the lines.
You know what you are? You're the chick
Okay.
at the door who's crying and go, tell me to leave. I won't believe that we're over until you tell me to leave.
So he said drop the issue.
really?
He said drop the issue, so I dropped the issue.
That's what happened to you guys.
Howard's not interested in covering it for radio, television. Fine.
Right.
I got it. Okay. Let me see if I can get some vacation time off for those 3 days that I needed to.
Okay, so let's pick up there.
Yeah.
Who in the history of the show of the very main players do you know that's ever taken vacation time when the show is on?
Robin. Well, actually, she didn't. But Howard, I just thought of this. Howard actually moved his vacation so Robin can go to Guatemala.
Right.
Last year, he moved a vacation week for her. She had to go to Guatemala.
I got it.
You know that.
So you think that you think that
you asked me a question and I gave you an answer. I didn't expect him to move the week. No.
But then why'd you bring it up?
Well, you answered. You asked me a question.
Okay.
Who
Should Howard have moved the week?
I didn't know. He shouldn't move.
Okay,
well,
so then
actually, okay, let him move the week.
No. So we got that. We got.
I didn't expect
So
him-
let's say Howard said yes to that. You don't have an issue taking 3 personal days or 2. I don't know how many days during a week that we're on live. You have no problem with that.
Well.
Someone
And
using
do you
your
think
office,
about
you're bored.
do you think about the message it sends in terms of
Okay,
you
so-
needing to be here?
So one time I was out for a medical issue for a few days.
Which
Right.
absolutely that's what
fine.
personal days.
Last year he sent me to Vegas, so I was out for 4 days
Right.
for that. So obviously someone did fill in for me those 2 times. I just made a request. I didn't think making a request was such a horrible thing.
It wasn't. The request isn't a horrible thing. The not taking no the first 5 times, you got a mostly an 85 to 90% no, and not hearing what you want to hear. That's where it
I
gets
see
weird.
him in a minority here, but I just thought that I wanted to go. Okay,
No, that we got.
Yeah.
That's I got that you wanted to go, and you were being what you were was being very. You started to become passive aggressive about it. Like you got to tell me no. When everybody tried to tell you no in a way that wouldn't hurt your feelings, that wouldn't make you feel bad, that wouldn't be dicky, and then it all came to this today, which nobody really wanted it to come to, but you.
And you stormed in there. There was Angry Scott who walked in there today yelling at Howard, telling him who. I mean, you were putting Howard in his
place.
place.
The thing started 5 or 6 weeks ago when I first was approached, and I asked the question, and the answer if I would have gotten 5 or 6 weeks ago, that would have been the end of it.
But most people, everybody but
Done.
you thought you did have the answer.
Well, no, I didn't get an answer.
You got an answer.
Tim,
You just didn't hear it.
Tim, were you giving Scott friendly advice, or were you politely telling him, no, drop it, move on?
I was politely telling him to drop it and move on. And because the thing is that we have a modified schedule now, and we all need to be here. Period. End of story. And I told him the time that I was in Minnesota when I came late because of my father, and Howard was giving me shit for that. But it's right. I mean, right is right. We're here to work, and,
I get
and the
it.
show is on. When the show is on, he needs us here to support the show.
I thought wasn't unreasonable.
Nobody's saying that. We're saying that you got
today.
No, you got an answer 5 weeks ago.
I didn't get an answer
from Doug and from
a
Tim.
non-answer is no answer in my world.
But you eventually did get the answer of no, they don't want Howard TV covering it, because you said you came to this conclusion somehow, right?
Well,
so
drop
once you
the
got
bowling issue.
Once you got
drop the bowling issue for TV and radio, which I did.
And then you continued to try
when
to.
you're told to drop the bowling issue, and then a day later you put in for vacation to go bowling, you're not dropping the bowling. You're dropping the TV angle of it, trying to get a free trip, but you haven't dropped the bowling
I'm not trying to get a free
angle.
trip. That has nothing to do with it.
I get that. But do you recognize that you want this so bad that you may not be thinking clearly? Because you do want it bad. I understand
Of
that.
course I do. And I'm still disappointed, but I understand that, they want me here. They need me here. And
By the way. But it seemed like, in a Sal sort of way, it took Howard to come on in the air, say, what the hell are you emailing me for? I am saying no. Doug's in the room. Gary's in the room. You talked about Tim.
I needed to be hit over the head with a hammer.
Did you really, though?
Well, no. I 99% knew the answer was no, obviously, but I gave it another shot, thinking maybe I could change his mind. Maybe, he's like, all right, for this.
So you did hear no then, because you're trying to change his mind.
Well, I didn't hear. Heard no for what I heard no for was the TV and the radio don't want to cover it. It's not interesting. It's boring. We don't need to cover it.
I think people are missing the larger context of this isn't just one Scott incident, and the ability to read between the lines or understand what someone's trying to tell you something in a nice way is essential, not just to work on the Howard Stern show, but in business in general. But I think that this has nothing to do with bowling. This is my whole theory.
You're such a douchebag. Well, I mean, really.
Wait,
you don't like my theory.
Wait, hold on. Let him give his theory.
Do you
and
not
then
want
yell
me to
at
say
him.
it's not about bowling? Or it's all about bowling, Scott.
Okay, but
I think he has a real problem taking orders from Tim. I've seen it. I know that Scott got upset. He wanted to hire somebody one time, and Tim said no, and he fucking flipped out about it in a very real and scary, loud way. I know one time Tim asked Scott for, if he had any ideas how to upgrade his studio. Scott gave him some. I know Tim took some of the ideas and didn't take some of the other ideas, and I know Scott flipped out about that. Why do you ask me my advice if you're not going to take all my... I think the real issue is between Tim and Scott and has nothing to do with bowling.
Well,
I think, my opinion is that there's some underlying issue with Scott that he feels a victim and always a victim. And there are certain things that go on in our area that, there are processes in place and things take time, like equipment needs to be approved. But Scott, instead of asking, would rather blow up and pop off than find out what the real answers are. But there's some underlying issues that I think you feel victimized all the time. I really do. You're a good guy. I like you, and I try to work with you and try to, develop a relationship with you. When I hear that, I'm not your friend, when I'm not here to be friends, but
No.
I'd like to get along with people that I work with. But I think you like to put yourself in a victim state. So that's my opinion.
Okay, well, that's fine. That's your opinion. Getting back to what Jason said, of course, it's a thrill to bowl with professional bowlers. If you had some passion, or if Gary was given an opportunity to play in a real baseball game with the Mets.
I was saying my thing was like I got to go on tour with Bruce Springsteen. That would be the same thing.
And would Howard let you go do it?
That's a passion that I have. Or Bruce said, Gary, come to the
I want you to play sax for me
not even
instead
play
of
sax.
Clarence Clemens.
Come stand on the side of the stage this day. I want you to be my personal guest.
Would Howard let you take a week off of work to go play saxophone with Bruce Springsteen?
He wouldn't. No.
Okay, so there you go.
But
but I approached this as we did it last year. Howard sent me out there, which was.
But that question was answered pretty early. That it doesn't work for the show.
Okay, but that's fine. I get it. And the PBA said, regardless of whether the TV show or radio show is covering it, you're welcome to bowl. That's what they.
See, this is where you fall off the tracks because nobody here cares what the PBA thinks.
Well, I'm just telling you.
I'm being very blunt.
Are you aware what the PBA is?
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you.
Police Benevolent Association.
I was offered again.
No, we understand that, but
Right.
we know what they want. But we know what they want. But that has nothing to do with what we want.
I know what they want too. I mean,
don't they have authority over the situation?
But what, Scott? What about what Tim said? I mean, because Tim's not the only person who said that before. Are you playing the victim all the time?
In fact, quite honestly, it was said pretty often before Tim ever worked with
I don't
us.
try to play the victim. Okay, I don't. No, I don't try to play the victim.
Leave it to the victim.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Scott.
No, I don't try. I don't want to be a victim. So, that's all I'm going to say on that.
Well, because what Jason was also inferring is that there's an underlying thing going on between the two of you.
That's what I
There's
think
no
as
doubt
well.
about it. And at some point, I don't know how much time we have left on the wrap-up show, but at some point, it's you guys are going to have to deal with it because I see it every day. And there's a thing going between, I don't know, I think that both of you think the other one doesn't respect each other.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I think there's a missing level of respect coming from both of you. And you guys won't talk
And
about
I'm not saying that Tim doesn't respect Scott. I'm saying
I took Scott out to lunch the other week.
Yeah,
I'm saying that Scott does not feel respected by Tim, and I know that Tim doesn't feel
I
respected
think we
by
have
Scott.
disagreements. I mean, I try to request something. I don't want to get into it on the air. That's not right.
But this guy just took you out to lunch and he said, and then you go right back and say, I'm not his friend?
Did that hurt Tim when you heard Scott say that today? I would imagine that it did.
Tim, take me out to lunch. I'm your friend.
We'll work it out.
Are you guys on Facebook? Are you friends?
No.
Scott untags pictures with Tim
The
Sabean.
bowling is strictly me and not anybody else. That it's a great thing in my life.
I get it. I get it.
It really has nothing to do with anybody else. So, personally, it was a great experience, and I wanted to do it again.
Okay. What I would say is I think that every single person on this show could come up with an example of something that they really wanted to do that would make them be away from work.
I know, but they don't have that opportunity.
And they
I have the opportunity.
No, we've all had the
Now,
opportunity.
Richard, I'm almost positive that Richard's had opportunities to go on tour for 3 months at a time.
Oh, 3 months. I mean,
well, I mean, listen, it's
I
a
asked for
passion,
3
right?
days.
Oh.
But I mean, we've all had, like I said, I've had the opportunity to go to the Super Bowl. I've been given the tickets, and I was invited to go on somebody's private jet.
Like I
and
told
it
you,
still didn't get me home in time.
I don't think it hurts to ask. Okay, you've been here so long. I don't think it hurts just to at least ask and get an answer that somebody respected your answer. And all I said was, somebody could have come to me and said, "We appreciate that you want to go, but we'd rather have you here. There's shows this week. We need you. You're important to the show."
But there's no knowing that.
And no one appreciated that.
That's right.
There's no
Let me
knowing that
finish.
because it was said. Well, because he told you to finish.
Scott, who's your issue with? Is it with Doug? Is it with Tim? Is it with Howard, Gary,
Jason?
I think it's with Howard because even before when he was arguing with Tim in the hallway, he said all he needed to do was give me the answer, and this would have been done 5 weeks ago.
Howard said on the air he didn't want to look like the bad guy. I mean, maybe he looks worse by not giving me an answer.
Do you think that's the case?
I feel that not giving me an answer is disrespecting me. And anybody else he doesn't give an answer to. That's the way he works. That doesn't work for me. I mean, I get it. I don't make requests from him. I think this is the first request I've made in 26 years.
But it's not. It's not. And I can't think of the others. But do you think that every office operates any
The same?
differently? Yeah.
No. No. I mean, yes. I think that people would make a request and they would get an answer. To be ignored is worse than getting a no.
But what about if your request is unreasonable?
I don't think it was unreasonable. That's the thing. I don't think it was unreasonable.
And that's where I think there's a really big difference. To say, can I take time off after you know that it's not good for the show? I understand that part. But I want to take time off to go do what I want to do. You know, we all want to do that. That's an unreasonable request.
With this modified schedule, it's even more important that we're here for the shows. It's even more important that we're here and we don't miss it unless it's an emergency, a personal family emergency or some type of emergency.
Hey, I'm Medicated Pete on Wednesday's wrap-up show. We talked about B.B. Jones and other things that came up on Howard's show this morning. Check it out.
I do want to start with B.B. Jones and what happened with her. And Gary, I think not a lot, but a few porn stars come in here and they'll say, oh, they'll bang anybody, they'll do this, they'll do that. I guess Tabitha was certainly one who put her money where her mouth was. But with B.B. Jones, she is willing to bang anyone, anywhere, anytime, unprotected, and
that makes her a little tiny bit less attractive to me. But she's really a very pretty girl.
But to some people, it makes her even more attractive.
Well, you know, I don't know. It's easy and quick, but do you really feel good about yourself when you're done, or do you care?
Well,
some guys don't care.
You see, that's the question. If you're young and single and working on this show, this seems like a pretty good. You can bring your own condom. This seems like a pretty good opportunity. Yet, Ganji, JD, Benji all said no, and I want to know why.
Howard didn't understand. I sort of got where they were coming from, and I never really had to deal with this back in the day. But the whole, I think that I understand Benji saying, like, girls will say, they'll Google you. They find out you banged a porn star, and it's, they're like, hey, I can fuck a lot of guys. Why should I fuck a guy who fucked a porn star? So again, the other thing is, too, we're like deep in the porn star world. We're not in porn, but we know a lot of porn stars. And, there's some women and guys who've never met porn stars, and they think it's a really dirty business. And I'm just saying it's a perception of other people. So I think I sort of get, like, I really understand Ganji saying that girls have Googled him and found out he fucked Kendra Jade.
Yeah,
that's a turn off.
Ganji, your checkered past really has done some damage, it seems.
So, just a prime example, the last girl I was dating, the first thing she brought up on our first date was that she Googled me and saw that I slept with this porn star.
And what did you? How do you
she
deal with that?
She wanted to know about it, and I'm like,
so what do you say?
I was like, oh yeah, it was a really, really long time ago. It wasn't that major, and I do the whole, she wasn't a porn star at that point. She was only a stripper, which made me feel like in my mind
that makes it so much better.
Right,
it was a year after
strippers.
me that her and her stepmother banged Jerry Springer and taped it. Really?
Right.
Did anyone ever bring that up?
No, because they don't ever make that connection. But all it does is you see like Kendra, porn star, and I slept with her. And that's the first thing that literally comes up when you Google my name. And the other thing is, so it causes a problem. I mean, like it freaks regular girls out.
How many times does that come up?
I'd say 2 or 3 times.
And girls can't look past that, huh?
Regular girls have a problem looking past that for some reason.
See, now for JD, it's different because
no, it's not.
You've dated a porn star.
No, I didn't date her.
You liked her, and you would have dated her.
I've liked a lot of.
What was that
girls.
girl's name? The one that you were pretty
Kimberly
friendly?
Kane.
Kimberly Kane. So like would you go out to? Would you take Kimberly Kane, say, to Howard's Christmas party if you were dating her?
Yeah, if I was dating her.
So she's
sure.
a porn star. The girl today is a porn star. What's the difference in the way people look at you?
Because. I don't know. You got me.
No, but I think it's a legitimate question. In other words, you're willing to date porn stars.
Yeah. Listen. Well, first of all, if she has a sex with a lot of guys,
but
a lot.
But
many porn
stars
do.
It's protected. She's having sex with janitors.
So it's the unprotected sex.
That's a big thing.
Okay.
And second of all. I don't think she's interested in me. Otherwise, she would have gotten back to me when I tried to contact her.
No.
I didn't try and contact her like once and never again. I tried to call her a couple times. I texted her.
I think you played that all wrong. I don't think she's really interested in anybody. I think you have to call her, remind her that you want to have sex with her, you want to talk dirty to her. I think you have to work it. I think she's putting it out to everybody. She forgets who she talks to.
Wait, JD, what did you do? Like, how did you try and get in touch with her?
I called her.
And then what'd you say?
I can't remember. I left a message.
And so did you expect her to call you back and go, hey, JD, let's rock out with your cock out?
She left me a voicemail wanting phone sex. Well, yeah.
Right. Okay, so what'd you do?
I called her, and I left her a voicemail. I remember what
But how long after?
Probably that in the next morning.
But you didn't try
as soon as after I got home from work.
You didn't try to text her or follow up besides that?
Yes, I did.
Well, what did you do? How many times did you text her?
Like a few, but if you don't get a response each time, what are you gonna do?
So at what point did you give up?
I don't know, like a month or so.
But how many times would you say you tried either voicemail or text? How many times?
Like 5 times, maybe.
So so if you had gotten a hold of her that night and did a little phone sex, do you think you would have made the next move into actually meeting up with her?
Sure, probably. Maybe. Yeah.
Benji, you weren't here, but the question is, you 3 guys, you're single. Like, why not go for BB?
When Marianne from Brooklyn called and said, no, how can you say it's a stigma? It's not a stigma to me, but it's a stigma to how other women.
Why do you
look
care?
at it?
Because you don't usually seem to care about those things.
I care because I think BB's very attractive. I don't know her personally she seems cool, but it's like for basically like a one-time thing. Like maybe she's in New York twice a year, 3 times a year. I don't know how often.
Okay.
So for this one-time fuck of a hot girl, is it worth how much harder it is going to make for other relationships?
But Benji, you've been on the air and openly talked about anonymous sex that you get off of websites. Why is that so different?
First of all, I don't do that anymore. I don't bring it up anymore, and I don't do it anymore. First of all, but second of all, it is different when it becomes a very tangible, real thing. Oh, sorry, when it becomes a very tangible, real thing with a person that people know who it is.
Right.
Now, I have interesting breaking news. I don't know if this has come up, and I checked with Howard to make sure it was cool to bring up.
Okay.
She rejected Pete.
How so?
What?
She said she wouldn't fuck him.
When did she say that?
This is what now I'm getting this secondhand from TV guys.
Pete, get over here. Go ahead.
Oh, Pete, I didn't know you were in here, so I don't know if you know this. And this is what I heard, so maybe it's not true. I don't know.
No, that's first I've heard of that.
Well, hold on. But let's start. Pete, how did you leave it off with her?
I said sure.
So did she give you a number to contact her, email address?
No.
No. So how are you figuring you're going to get in touch with her?
I don't know. I mean, I would have thought
signals?
that. Yeah.
So, Ganji, you're like one of the main guys at Howard TV. What's going on here? Is this true?
I don't know. The behind the scenes guys were following them around, so I'm assuming that's when it happened.
So Benji, what do you know?
Well, this is Lee. He's one of our TV guys.
Yeah. What's up?
Not much, Pete. How you doing?
About this news, what's
So Lee told me. I said to Lee, this was maybe he's coming down. I'm sorry. I said to Lee Garowitz, I said, "Oh, did Pete leave with BB?" And he goes, "No, actually," she said, and Pete,
just say it
that she didn't want to. She wasn't interested in having sex with Pete. Now I don't know if she just said just Pete specifically or anyone here, or I don't know how that goes. And I saw Howard on the way out because I wanted to check with him to make sure it was cool to bring up, and he said it's cool. So, but I didn't get that firsthand.
I mean, she clearly agreed on the air. I mean, after Pete serenaded her, and she was all up for it. Doug, do you know what's going on here?
Yes, she
Doug.
is claiming the.
Can't hear you.
How's that mic?
Oh, the thing on my face?
The open sore is the problem, not his.
What is that, by the way, Pete? We were sort of talking about that.
I don't
There's an
actually
open
know
sore
what
on
it
your face.
is. I went to the doctor yesterday and had it checked out.
And he said what?
I got some antibiotics. So
what did he say?
It was just like some sort of pimple that I squeezed and just pussed all over. And
so
that might be the reason why. Pete.
Do you think the open sore is an excuse?
No,
I don't know. I will tell you that we looked at it before, and Pete, don't take this the wrong way. He does sort of look like an AIDS patient. You know what I mean? With that big sore. I'm serious.
How does he take that the right way, Gary?
A handsome AIDS patient, though.
No, so she doesn't know you the way we know you.
Yeah,
and maybe,
obviously.
And so I look at that and I go, Pete banged into the wall or something. But maybe it's a little scary to her. But this is a woman who doesn't mind unprotected sex.
We finally found that.
Yeah, so that's kind of weird.
Bibi has a line, and Pete is that line.
He's the Mendoza line.
Yeah.
I guess
So if Ganji has this sore or Benji has this sore, let's say, do you think it would have prevented this from happening?
That's pop a pimple real quick.
No, that's a very good question. I don't know. John, I guess the question you're asking is it the sore or is the sore just an out in general?
That's right.
Well, I mean, we could ask her, like, will you do it when the sore is healed?
Yeah, well, based on her rap today on the show, I wouldn't think that would stop her, but I guess I'm wrong. Shirley, do you have breaking news on this?
I don't know.
I was just going to
I don't
confirm what Benji said because I interviewed her after she got off the air, and she confirmed with me that she was not down to bang Pete.
But did she tell you the lesion or the sore was?
Yeah, she says I don't know what that sore is, and I said I think it's just a scratch. Could be AIDS. I don't know.
See, don't you think BB should have had the class to tell Pete face to face, or at least let him know before she left? That's not right.
Doesn't sound like the conviction of a girl who fucked a janitor at the movie theater.
Well, maybe you say maybe she felt, maybe it wasn't the smartest way to do it, but maybe she felt it was nicer to say yes on the air and to reject.
And then to just never call him again.
Yeah.
Pete, would you rather that, or would you rather her tell you face to face?
Face to face. Rather than secondhand,
Well, but the second hand is not her fault. That's my fault. That I didn't even realize you were here.
Right,
when
he
I said
wouldn't
that.
even been aware of it if Pete wasn't here.
Then he would have never known. He would have just kept calling her and texting her for a month.
We're just kidding, man. She's gonna fuck
Thanks,
you.
Gare.
Huh? We're just kidding. She'll fuck you.
Are you giving me shit or?
Yeah, but I just want you to feel good and stuff. Man. We'll get you laid.
What's the, all right. Well, come on.
No, I'm confused.
No,
I'm
we're not.
confused too.
Just we'll get you laid. I'll get you laid.
Wait,
I'll
how-
get you laid today.
Pete, Benji's trying to let you down easy here. Essentially, she said that she doesn't want to bang you because of that sore. I mean, that's what
I
this
don't know.
comes down
Listen,
to.
this is like I said.
Well,
Everything I, heard is
if that's
secondhand.
true coming from her, then that's obviously true. But you know.
Now,
I don't
do,
know.
do you think
I don't
maybe
know.
she sensed that you wanted more than just a banger, Pete? Because I know a lot of times you sort of go down the relationship route once you meet a girl.
Well, you know, I was like, after the show, I was like, you know, well, we'll sit to the camera guys. I was like, well, we'll see where this goes. You know, it's not a guaranteed relationship, but you know.
I don't think of her and think of the word relationship at all.
At all. Just like you know, have some fun and make you know, one thing leads to another.
You're already going too far for her.
Because she did say if she banged you, she wanted you to leave right after.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't take offense to that. 'Cause that's the, you know,
But that wasn't just you, Pete. I mean, she
that's
said
what she
that,
wants. That's what she wants.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way she operates.
But I mean, do you understand that this is a pure sex thing? That it's not a relationship thing? And I mean, certainly for her, and I figured for you, this is like let's have sex and then beat it. Do you understand that, or do you think that it could be more?
No, I totally understand that it would be just, you know.
Because you just 2 seconds ago said, "Let's see where it goes."
Just let's fuck and then but. You know, conversation can you know, if
you've already gone too far.
Yeah.
But I
she doesn't want to have a conversation.
Who knows?
But I don't know if this is Pete's fantasy at all. Like to me, a girl like that,
know.
a little bit of fantasy would be you'd be so fucking good and so blow her away that she'd like, fuck, I gotta fuck this guy.
Yeah, see, I've never had that fantasy. I don't think I could be that good.
I think you could.
I don't know.
All right, let's go to the phones.
It's worth the shot.
Jim, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah, you know, the one guy with the balls to fucker's got a damn open sore. Jesus, I can't believe there's single guys on the Howard Stern show that won't fuck this broad.
Hey, I always forget your name. I know you're from
Jim?
NC.
This is Jim.
Jim, yeah. But
Sure.
Jim, do you have a girlfriend or?
I do.
Okay, so let's say you were single, but you were in our position, or like we're not exactly famous, but like reality show famous. So
In a New York minute, Benji.
What's that?
In a New York minute.
But wait,
All
so,
right.
so Jim, knowing that if you fucked her, that on Monday we're going to drag in the studio. I go, you fucked her. We want every little detail. We want to hear about it. So now everybody that listens to the show will know that you had sex with this porn star who sleeps with a lot of people, and a lot of them unprotected. That's cool for you?
Well, it brings notoriety to yourself, and it's something for the show. When you're working for the show, you've got to do that kind of thing. Look at her.
You don't have to do it. Yeah, exactly.
She's fantastic looking. I mean,
She
she's
is, but it's a
like,
one-time. It's basically a one-time thing.
Jim, are you saying that
makes it harder for next time? Thing.
Are you saying that some of the guys on the show aren't fulfilling their obligation? Seriously, because that's what it sounds like.
We're not being team players.
Right.
We're not fucking BB Jones.
Yeah, I mean, Gary, you and Howard should actually make it a stipulation that somebody.
Someone's got to get fired.
She's going to be there in Flushing, New York. She's going to be there all weekend.
All right, I'll do it.
Yeah, and so about 50 other guys probably.
Ganj, if you knew it wouldn't be found out, I think you said you would
Absolutely. If she came up to me at a bar and I didn't know she was a porn star, or even if I kind of found out that she was, and it wasn't part of the show, we were somewhere else, I would absolutely
Okay,
go with
but so let's take this a step further. You probably know how to get in touch with her.
Yeah,
without
right.
anybody knowing. Would you ever try to pull that off?
No, because I feel like it nowadays with the Howard 100 News and everything else, that's not a possibility. Back in the old days, absolutely. Things can be kept quiet. Nowadays, no.
I did try contacting her
Yeah.
without anyone knowing, and she didn't just contact me back.
Right. Can I
So-
ask JD a question?
Oh, God.
JD, would you be more into her if she was only into you? Like, does it bother you that she was like she would have slept
if
with
she
Benji?
was somewhat into me, period. I don't believe that she was into me. And her, I believe her saying she wanted me to fuck me or whatever was her. She didn't mean it.
But if you thought she did, and she wasn't interested in Benji and me and 50 other guys, but only you, would you go through with it?
Maybe. I'm taught. Yeah.
So you
maybe.
don't like when they don't show you the only the attention. If she shows attention to anybody else, you don't like that.
Attention like that, it's a little weird. I'll fuck. Yeah.
Pete, same question.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yo.
Same question.
What's up?
Do me a favor, just repeat the question.
No problem.
Yeah.
Would you?
I have a feeling that's not the first time in his life he said that.
JD is saying that it makes a difference. Like someone asked, well, why would you go out with Ashley Dupree, who was a known escort, who knows what she did
was a
before.
former escort at the time, by the way.
A known escort, and who knows what she did at the time, versus someone like BB, who's just, admits to what she's doing. Is there a distinction between the two for you?
Yeah, somebody that doesn't admit it, I'll be more inclined to probably go out with, whereas someone who openly admits it, that would be a little, I don't know, I'd be a little skeevy towards that,
Well, let's say you got together. I mean, the SOAR thing didn't happen, and you got together with BB. Would it bother you, like, if she went on to the next guy, like she talked about today, she bangs a janitor, she bangs somebody she sees in an elevator. Would you feel, like, protective of her because you had been with her at that point?
Would I feel protective?
Would it bother you if she went to, like, the next guy? If she ran into Ganji and say, hey, let's go bang, and she's just coming off of, being with you?
Just sort of, kind of, in a kind of a weird way, yeah. I'd be concerning. Somewhat. I mean, yeah.
What's the question you just answered?
What was the question again?
Benji, I can imagine you can relate to what Pete's saying.
Listen, she is physically beautiful. I want to fuck her. I want to possess her. So I get that. Yeah, you want to be the one. It's the same thing. Like, look, we could easily, I don't know how much. We could take $50. We could take a couple $100 and go pretty much fuck any girl we want of a certain caliber, a prostitute. But it's not hot because it's like you're paying for it. And there's something about this, a little bit in the similar category. If there's nothing special about you, if you're no different than like anyone else,
right?
It's not as hot.
Right. I'll agree with that.
Thanks.
Good morning, back live from Los Angeles. Your judge, Howard Stern. Good morning. Yeah.
How was it?
Hey, now. So we were feeling so good and everything about everything. And Beth and I were on a sort of vacation there. So she says to me on Saturday, hey, let's go get some tattoos.
She was feeling like she wanted another one, too, huh?
Yeah. Well, we've both been talking about, we love our dog so much, Bianca, that she's 10 now. She's getting old, and she has arthritis, and, we've been very sentimental about her.
Did you take her, or you leave her home?
No, we left her home, and so she could not handle it.
Oh.
And so, I mean, she's okay. She's just old, and we missed her, and we said, you know what, let's go put her name. We want her name. We love her so much we want her names on us.
Uh-huh.
So, all of a sudden, I realized that we're just going to... So she goes, let's go to L.A. Inc., because that's the one on TV. I go, just because it's on TV...
Doesn't mean it's good.
Sometimes that could mean it's shitty,
Right.
because who knows? We don't know just because it's on TV. So it dawns on me, we're just going to go to some tattoo place. We don't know anybody. So I quickly got on the line to Mark. I wrote an email to Mark McGrath, because he's got tons of tats.
Uh-huh.
And Bob Harper, the trainer from...
from Biggest Loser.
Biggest Loser.
You're all over this NBC family, aren't you?
Yeah. I think, hey,
like everybody's talking to each other?
Yeah. I go, hey. So but meanwhile, none of them get back to me right away. So Beth works on some TV show now. It's called, it's on home, what's it called?
HGTV?
HGTV.
Mom Caves?
Mom Caves.
Mm-hmm.
And our co-host, he's not the co-host, he's the contractor who builds the Mom Cave.
Okay.
He's some real good-looking dude.
Of course. They always have a good-looking carpenter.
And Beth goes, "Oh, he's got tons of great tats. Let's get in touch with him. He'll tell us because he got his tats in L.A." So I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?
What's
here?
going on the Mom Caves, huh?
Mom Caves.
I
the
better go to a
tats."
taping of that.
Right. Yeah, go there. See what he's doing. You know, I keep hearing about this guy and how good-looking he is.
Uh-huh.
So, anyway,
He had the recommendation?
he had the recommendation.
Where'd you go?
Ronnie, what's the name of the place we went to?
Because, another person who has a good tattoo artist is David Arquette. I can't believe you didn't call him.
I didn't call him, but then McGrath got back to me, and so did Bob Harper, but it was already too late. We were at the tattoo joint.
Yeah. Everybody had a different recommendation.
This guy Connor did our tattoos. He owns the place. And we go in. You got to hear this. This is so crazy. This is why Twitter is dangerous. We're in L.A. We're getting tattooed. Ronnie goes over with us. And Ronnie's nuts. Ronnie just sees a picture on the wall.
And says, put it on me?
He goes, "Put that one on me." And it's this. But meanwhile, it was beautiful.
Fun of me now.
No,
You thought it was nice.
I'm saying it's just, but you're wild like that. Like I could never make that decision that quickly.
The tattoo guy artist, okay, was Timeless Tattoo.
Timeless Tattoo. The guy's name was Connor.
West Hollywood.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Connor and Tawny.
Yeah.
The guy who did mine. He had drew this crazy skull.
He had drawn. By the way, your grammar is so fucking bad.
He had drew.
This guy, you know what? By the way, you got to read his Twitter. Do you follow him on Twitter?
I have to start following him. I don't know if I do or not.
me?
I don't know if I do.
He can't spell.
I follow you.
Not only can he spell, but what was the word Ronnie was
Turmoil.
using? Turmoil.
What did
Look
he
at it
say?
here. Watch this. Look at this. What's wrong? The block party babies are causing major term, TERM, then a separate word, oil.
Term oil?
Term oil here.
Oh, my goodness.
Did you learn how to spell it?
Yeah, TURM.
Yeah, TURM.
Right.
What?
And it's one word.
It's one word.
TURM oil.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's one word, Ron.
All right.
Don't use.
What did you think term oil was before you...
What I think it was?
Yeah.
I know what turmoil is.
It's like the end of term and oil or
No,
something?
I see his Twitter, and it's term.
It's causing trouble. Is what it's doing.
Term oil.
Yeah, but why would it be...
Shuley was causing turmoil.
His you talk to him, you could lose all sense of the English language.
Let's get back to the
He's got his own language.
Ronnie.
It works
How the
language.
fuck did you get out of high school?
It works for me.
Yeah.
You want me to bring in my diploma? I'll show it to you.
Yeah, but the report card is what I want to see.
Where's that school? Is it closed?
Class clown. Class clown. You know how many times my parents got called up for being the class clown.
Before we get to your tattoo, we go to the tattoo place, and the guy goes, we see there's a bench to sit on, but we realize it's not a bench. The guy goes, "Oh, that's a coffin."
What?
It's a baby coffin.
No, it wasn't a baby coffin.
I know. I thought he said it was a baby. They're getting a baby coffin.
What are you talking about?
It's a coffin, like you die
In the tattoo place?
Yeah.
Yeah, they use it as a bench to sit on, which is kind of cool.
And a storage thing. They have all the magazines inside.
Right.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, and then they're getting a baby coffin, which was, we were like, hey, I thought that
That
there
is
was.
so sick.
I said, where's the baby coffin?
I want to sit on
Well, I
it.
wanted to put Ronnie in it. So anyway, I bet you Ronnie would fit in a baby coffin.
I bet.
Stop it.
So the coffin's there. I open up I say, Ronnie, get in there. So Beth goes, he's not going to get in there. I go, yes, he is. He doesn't give a shit. So he gets in the coffin, and I take a picture of him.
Lying there.
And it's funny as hell, so I tweet it.
Uh-huh.
There it is. That's the one. That's Ronnie in the coffin.
Oh, that's hysterical.
And I wish it was a baby coffin.
I want you to be wearing that shirt for real at the end.
Yeah. So I tweet it. Well, 2 seconds later, I start getting tweets back. Howard, that's disrespectful. Whitney Houston's funeral's going on, and
What
you're
does that have
tweeting
to do with Whitney?
that like we're making fun. Like there's Ronnie in the casket.
Oh, like you looked at Whitney and then said, put Ronnie in a casket.
I didn't even know Whitney's funeral was going on. I was at a tattoo place with a coffin, and I thought it was funny. But people are such assholes on Twitter. You know, they you can't have fun with them at all.
Right.
I'm like, that's it. I'm done.
You always say that.
Yeah, right. By the way, Ronnie looks good in a casket, it turns out.
Actually, he looked pretty good.
Right?
Yeah. It looks better in a casket than walking around.
Right.
He looks sort of mummified.
He looks natural.
And he's smiling. When do you ever see him smile?
You know, when you go to the funeral parlor and everybody says, he looks good.
You know, they always go, what's Ronnie's look? Now we found it.
Coffin.
Lay it in the box.
So anyway, like there's just a drawing on the thing. I said, Ron, so he saw it's a skull with a grasshopper coming out.
He loves his skulls.
It's a skull, but it doesn't look like a skull. It was a really cool drawing, and there's a grasshopper coming out of the skull's eye.
Oh,
It's a
God.
cricket.
Cricket.
Yeah, cricket.
cricket.
And it was pretty cool.
And the eyeball falling out of the other socket.
Right.
It's really cool.
Beautiful.
It
So
is.
he's admiring it. I was actually admiring the drawing. He goes, hey, could you put that on my arm? I said, yeah, I'll pay for it. So I bought him his tattoo. This is the second tattoo I bought for him.
Really?
The first one and the last one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Show me your
that's it?
tattoo.
I think so, yeah.
Where is it? Where'd you get this one?
Right here, my forearm.
Let me see.
Yeah. Hey, he's got to take off his whole coat.
Yeah, that helps.
Hey, can I take something up with you, though, man? Something weird's going on. I think I'm going to have to yell at you about
What?
it. Okay. So I get this call from, I got an email from Dan, the song parody man.
Yeah.
And he said to me, Howard, oh, yeah, there's your tattoo. Show it to Robin. See? He's got it's a skull, but it doesn't look like a skull.
It doesn't look like a skull.
Right.
Look at it at the right angle.
Yeah, I'm looking at it at a weird angle. The light's hitting it wrong.
But Ronnie doesn't
I'll look
even-
at it later.
Ronnie doesn't put any thought into it. He's just like, put that on my arm. I don't care where you put it.
Because right now it looks like a blue blob.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the guy drew it.
Yes.
And he had it it was in a picture frame.
Yes.
It wasn't like something they had in the magazine.
Right.
And he never did it before. He's never put it on anybody.
There might have been a
it's like
reason for that.
one-of-a-kind thing.
Well,
So I
anyway.
thought it was cool. I thought it was cool. It was different.
So here's something I got to take up with you real quick.
What?
So Dan, the song parody man, writes me an email.
Right.
And he says, hey, Howard, Beecher's Madhouse got a phone call saying that you're coming in tonight. Howard Stern is coming in. And
No. See,
let me finish.
Wait a minute. Let him tell
Let me
him.
finish. I'll
Tell
tell you
us
what I heard.
he got.
Go ahead.
Beecher's Madhouse said they got a call that Howard wants to come in tonight with a group of people. And Dan just wanted me to confirm that it was me, that it wasn't a hoax.
Right.
So I wrote him back. I said, it's a hoax.
It's not me.
I'm not coming in. Someone's using my name. So this is the story I got. Okay. When the people show up who did the hoax, it's these two hot chicks, and Ronnie's with them. Ronnie, the limo driver, Mund.
Huh.
So they say to him,
It
wait.
is Howard Stern.
And so it was like they go, well, this was for Howard Stern. Why did you do that? This and that, the other thing. So they threw him out.
Oh.
And
no, we didn't throw us out. We walked out.
You walked out.
We walked out.
Well, why do you?
It wasn't in your name. That was the whole thing.
They were contacted. Howard Stern was mentioned.
Here's what it was.
How was Howard Stern mentioned? Dan wrote me an email.
Let me tell you what happened.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. It was this Tiffany Granite from the Playboy Channel.
Yeah.
Called up.
Go ahead.
And made a reservation with some guy named Eric Espinoza.
Okay.
Okay. Saying that she wanted to come in with her friend from the Howard Stern show.
Well, there you go.
Didn't mention Ronnie at all.
Yeah, me.
It's
yeah,
me. Ronnie.
No, she said me.
Yep.
Not
from the
you.
Howard Stern show.
Right. That she was coming in with me from the Howard Stern show.
She shouldn't do that.
What?
Listen to me. Don't let your friends do that.
I didn't
they
know
thought it
she
was
did
the
it
Howard
that
Stern
way.
show.
I knew when we walked in that's how it was.
Yeah, but do
there
me a
wasn't-
favor.
All
Because
right.
you're doing good. I don't want you to fuck this
No,
up.
no, I'm not.
Tell your little friends.
Why do you have so many friends?
He's busy. This guy doesn't go to bed till 3 in the morning.
friends.
He is
What, it was
L.A.
That was the
always
one
going to
night.
get you
Well,
into
whatever.
trouble.
Saturday night was the only night I went out because that was it. We were done and
Right.
everything was finished and we went out.
But then you go on Twitter. You're bashing Beecher's Madhouse.
Because they treated us like garbage.
But Ronnie, because the person you didn't make the call. They called up and said they're coming in from
I
the
had
Howard
nothing to do
Stern
with the
show.
call. I didn't even know about the call.
The owner flew back because he heard I was coming in.
You caused them a lot of trouble.
I didn't cause anything.
You got to tell your friends not to say the name Howard Stern and your friend should not be the same.
Understood, but I didn't know anything
So what are you
about it.
trashing the guy for? What did
Because
he do
they
wrong?
treated us like shit.
Yeah, because they were
All right,
pissed.
all they had to do was say, hey, listen, you know.
They made the reservation under false pretense.
I didn't know.
That ain't cool.
I didn't know that.
And I know it because Dan wrote me beforehand. Yeah.
I read the note. Does Ronnie realize that the doorman that he yelled at was actually Beecher?
Yeah, that was Beecher. And he was pissed. He flew all the way back from, I don't know where he was. He was on business somewhere. From Vegas because he heard I was coming in.
Well, boo-hoo for
Yeah,
him.
because he was.
Yeah, because he's pissed.
He didn't have to be so nasty.
Yes,
though.
he does.
And then-
He
no,
was
flew
lied
back
to.
from Vegas.
Hold on a second.
He was lied to. He was lied to.
Well, then how come We were up in the restaurant 15 minutes later.
Yeah.
He sent some like PR girl up to us.
Because he was nervous.
Apologizing and then wanted us to come to the show. And we said, no, we don't want to go now.
Yeah, because he was nervous. He hears Howard Stern and he thinks he's going to get, they even wrote a note and said, listen, I've always treated the people from the Howard Stern show to all kinds of things. He goes, I was told Howard Stern was coming in. I ran back from Vegas.
Nobody.
Yeah, but your friends shouldn't say anyone. Just tell your friends to make their own reservation and not to mention Howard Stern.
Well, that's what I was under the assumption.
Well, don't be under an assumption because your friends are using my name.
Why aren't you yelling at your friend?
Yeah, you yelled at Beecher. You should have said to this girl, hey, fuck nuts, don't mention Howard Stern to get into places.
I didn't know she did that.
Well, don't.
He's
if
still
you
not angry at her.
Oh, no.
Because she's a hot chick.
Right.
What do you mean angry?
I want you to tweet today something nice about Beecher.
Wow.
And something bad about her.
And something bad about her.
David said shit about him, too. So
well, that's his business. So let him tweet that. Listen, you're out there. When you're rolling with me.
All right.
But
I didn't know
you did so good the whole trip. You told that guy no pictures. You know what I mean? You were professional. Was proud of you.
And then you had to go out.
Then you go out.
One night.
When we travel now, no going out.
All right.
Stay in.
No
that way
problem.
you don't fuck up.
No problem. I got no problem with that.
All right.
Oh, let him go out in San Francisco.
He's a lunatic. He does so good, and then he fucks up.
He has to.
I didn't do it.
You do so well, and you screw it up.
I didn't do it.
Ronnie, please take responsibility.
All right, I did it.
You had a friend who did something wrong.
Okay, but I didn't know the friend did something wrong.
And then Ronnie was there, made a scene. According to the email, he yelled at Beecher, "Go get Jeff Beecher, you loser."
Oh.
Yeah. He's a big shot.
No, I did not.
You can't be a big shot
I didn't
with my
say
name associated. Just remember that. It's going to blow everything.
All right.
Not going to be able to take it with me.
All right.
You know. You understand.
All right.
You want to be like the bodyguard from that Whitney Houston movie, or do you want to be?
All right. I was.
All right. Melrose, you're on the air.
Oh, Howard, thank you for the amazing time. I had the most fun of my life.
Was Melrose there with signs?
Yeah, he fit right in. This was the one place Melrose looked normal.
No signs. He had no
yeah,
signs.
no, I saw a sign. I saw him with a sign outside.
Yeah, but not inside.
They probably took
it up, Ronnie. I didn't want you to yell at me, Ronnie.
They probably took it away from
yell
him.
at you.
Why do they take away signs? That's kind of fun that you have signs.
Well, I didn't
There were
want
people
to
with
overdo
signs.
it.
Up in the
Were there?
balcony, I saw people with signs.
Yeah.
Now you tell me. Did you hear me saying hello to you, Ronnie?
Yeah, I heard you, dude. But I can't come over and walk over and say hello to you.
He was like a sentry. He wouldn't even speak, huh?
No, he did well. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
then he
that's
goes out with his
fantastic.
little friends from the Playboy Channel, and he fucks everything up. And he's yelling at Beecher, and he's tweeting. Beecher's a fucking.
Well, why didn't Beecher just say something to me like, "Hey, you're not here
because
with
he was
Howard."
pissed off. He was told.
But I didn't do anything.
He
to
was
him
scammed
until he started acting like an ass.
He was scammed. And you should tell your friends. You should call them and say, "Hey, you fuckers, don't use Howard's name."
I will now
from the
that I know.
Howard Stern
Now that I
show."
know.
I mean, what is that?
I'm telling you, he'll be so nice to that girl. She'll never know she did anything wrong.
baloney.
She'll
Howard,
never know
Howard.
she did anything
Yeah.
wrong.
Because she's got big tits.
Oh, she does have big tits.
Yeah, Melrose.
You were brilliant as a judge. Brilliant.
A lot of fun.
The chemistry was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was good. You know what? I'm so glad I decided to do this job. I really am. It was good.
Can I just say one
Did
thing
you have a
about-
good time, Ronnie, or was it like kind of work for you?
It was all work, but you know what? Everybody's so nice there that you don't feel like you're really working that hard. You know,
Right.
It made work a pleasure?
It runs like a machine. It's great.
They
It
got
really
that
is.
thing down to a science. I mean, you got to move
awesome.
in and out these acts, and some of them have huge setups.
Uh-huh.
Like when you get guys who are like these skater dudes, and you got to set up these massive.
Skater dudes?
Yeah, you know.
skaters and bicycles, and they had
Yeah,
the
you know.
ramps.
Bicycles? What are you talking about?
Yeah, well, you know, it's not just musicians.
It's
What,
everything.
bicycles?
Yeah.
What
Well,
is that entertainment?
oh, here's Beecher. Wait a second.
Ooh.
And now he's up at this time of the morning?
Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Howard. How
Yeah,
are
let
you?
me apologize because Dan, the song parody man, sent me an email and said, "Hey, did you know that someone called up obviously and gave you fake information and said I was coming in."
Yeah, and I flew back for my vacation.
Oh, you were on
Of course,
vacation.
Because Howard, you're a god, and of course I'd be there to greet you because you've been so amazing to me and my company for a decade. Thinking it was you, and then we found out it wasn't you.
It was Ronnie's friend, and Ronnie is with him.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go over this with him. Do you have a guy named Eric Espinosa working for you, Espinosa or
I know we
something?
can go through 10 names. The bottom line is the girl that was with you.
Tiffany,
claimed
wait,
it was Howard
Tiffany,
coming.
can I
Tiffany
talk
said
for a
it was
second?
Howard.
Well, let's hear what Jeff has to say.
Yeah,
we
but
heard
can
your
I-
He
thing.
has to get her another mention.
Yeah, right. You don't mention her. Do me a favor.
All right.
All right. What is it, Jeff, you were saying?
She's the
So
one who
this
made it
girl
all.
said Howard's coming in with people from his show.
Right.
That was what she said. So I come in to greet you, of course. And then Dan told me last minute that it was all make-believe. So at that point, I just wanted to face the person that would put this whole
Hold on
lie
a second.
together.
Did you hear what he said? Your little friend there
I
calls up
didn't
and says
know that,
Howard's
okay?
coming in because she wants VIP
Am I
treatment.
supposed to know that? I didn't know that.
Know your friends.
No, who are you hanging with? Big shot. Should see him walking around there.
Yeah.
Stop it. I just wanted
You walk around like you're 2 feet
Who
tall.
was I walking around with?
What?
Who was I walking around with?
I don't know. I see you
The
walking
whole
around.
time I was with you. Who was I walking around
You're walking around with me.
I was walking around. I hung out most nights with Don and Tony.
Right. Yeah, you're all having a party. Well, I'm working.
No,
Go
it
ahead.
was after work.
So it was with these two middle-aged ladies, and they were like drunk, belligerent, obnoxious, screaming, "You don't know who we are. We're going to bury you on the radio. Tell him, Ronnie. Tell him, Ronnie." Ronnie's like, "Yeah, we're going to bury you." And they starts calling me a penguin.
Oh, wow.
No, I didn't call you a penguin.
Ronnie.
She called you a penguin.
Wow,
You're-
Ronnie.
But I know you said you're going to bury him on the radio. You got to
No,
stop
I did
it.
not say.
Yeah, I heard about
She
this.
said she would bury him on the radio.
You didn't say that?
I said Twitter.
Well, you
Oh,
said
you
you're
got
gonna
to bury him on Twitter.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then how come
So
he
then-
said?
But do you see why he's pissed?
Yeah, but why didn't he just say to me, "Hey, listen, dude, I thought Howard was
I'll
coming."
get to that. I'll get to why I didn't say that.
You treated me like I was some kind of piece
All right,
of shit.
Peter, go ahead
Just
on.
talk to me normal and say, "Hey, listen, we thought Howard was coming."
This radio show, Howard's show, literally made my career for 10 years.
All right, but Jeff, go ahead with what happened the rest of the
I
night.
would do anything for anyone on the show. These girls were so obnoxious.
Of course.
And the way they lied and they made a reservation name and they wouldn't even own up to it when I was like, guys, listen, you busted. It's not happening. Then they started screaming and attacking me. And then they started screaming, go get Jeff Beecher. So at that point, I was like, all right, this is a wrap. These guys are crazy and they're all drunk. I'm just going to get the fuck out of here.
Were you
That
guys
was
drinking?
I had one drink before we went.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
All right. All right, Jeff. Thank you for that explanation. That's why the guy was pissed. He came back from vacation from
Yeah,
me.
you're still not even making an allowance for that. The guy flew back from his vacation.
But you were on vacation, Ronnie. Let me put yourself in Jeff Beecher's
Why did he say that
shoes.
to me? He just looked at me like it was
Because he was scammed. He doesn't know what you're
I
up to.
didn't scam him. I didn't.
How's he supposed to know?
He said to me, didn't he just say this girl called and made the reservation? I didn't know.
Well, how does he know you didn't know, and you don't know what she
Right,
did?
exactly. I didn't know.
Yeah, but then you're bad-mouthing the guy. Get some information
Well,
before you
he could have
bad-mouth
said to me.
Again, you're telling him what he
Listen,
could have
Jeff,
said.
you could have
What
taken-
about your friends
Wait a
taking
second.
responsibility?
Wait, yeah, oh, fine. Let him take responsibility. But I didn't know about it. He could have taken me on the side and said, "Listen, these girls are belligerent. I thought Howard was coming. I'm sorry. You know, we're not going to let you in."
If I had come off my
say, "Get the fuck
vacation,
outta here."
I'd be pissed.
If I had come off my vacation to meet Howard Stern and you showed up,
Well, that's what happened.
I didn't. Listen, I
The
didn't
guy
know the
came
guy
from-
was. I
Ronnie.
didn't know the guy was on vacation.
Ronnie, you're in
I didn't-
Vegas. You're in Vegas.
I'm
You
not
get
in
word that Howard Stern's coming into your establishment, and you leave your vacation to take care of him, and then you find out Ronnie the limo driver's little friends have, you know.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. You keep blaming it on me. I didn't know.
Well, you gotta say something to your friends now. You gotta
right.
go back
don't
and say,
let other
don't
people
use,
make reservations for you.
say, don't use my boss's name because
I didn't know
basically I know you.
Howard.
I don't know her.
She told me she put it under her name.
Well, was that the case, Jeff?
Not even close.
Right.
Well, that's
And,
what
and
that's
Ronnie,
what
I'll accept it.
that's what I
Twitter
that's why I
apology,
was
Ronnie.
that's what I was told. Okay.
Where is your apology?
Where's your Twitter apology? Go back now and compose.
I can't tweet during the show. I'll do it later.
I'm giving you special permission.
I'll do it later.
All right. All right, Beecher. Later.
I'm going back to sleep. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
You're bad-mouthing the guy in his place.
You're terrible.
You're out of control. You're
Why
out of
couldn't the guy
control.
talk to me normal?
Because he was pissed.
That's not my fault. I didn't
No,
know.
but your friends are putting you in that position. That's the point. You never get it.
I got it. I do.
No,
I
you
got
don't.
it.
No, because you keep saying this guy should have been reasonable.
Well, he could have talked to me like a
Something
human.
unreasonable happened to him.
Talk to you like a human.
Oh, Robin, come on now. He could have talked to me
Big
like
shot.
a human being.
Oh, stop
shot.
it.
Tell me, get
If
the
I
fuck
had
outta
paid
here.
money to come home and you were standing
I
there.
didn't know that.
Well, he didn't know it either.
Well, I didn't know it either. So why am I being the one?
He didn't tweet anything bad about
You could at least understand instead of screaming that he could have done something different.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Here we go. With
It's
the foul
always
language.
this way with Ronnie.
Yeah, always this way with Ronnie. You're always there with the. What happened with the new Robin? What, she go out the fucking window now?
No, I'm not emasculating you. I'm
Yeah,
trying to talk
bullshit.
to you.
The new Robin.
Yeah.
Where is the new Robin?
There's no goddamn new Robin, believe me.
Right.
That's bullshit.
You're damn right there's not. All right, I tell you what. I'm going to take a break.
Look, I
Right.
did another one of those seminars. I think guys
Yeah.
are awesome.
Yeah, right.
You're awesome.
Yeah,
when you're sane.
Right. Anyway, when we get back, I'll get to the phones. We'll talk to some folks.
I'm the asshole.
You go
now
tweet.
you're talking.
Yeah, I'm not tweeting till after the show.
Right. But it was fun, wasn't it?
I have no idea.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's great. I'm looking forward to the next trip.
All right, thank you. Please don't go out with any of your
All right.
girlfriends.
No, I don't know anybody in San Francisco.
Ah,
okay?
good. Goodbye. He doesn't know anyone in San Francisco, thank
He
God.
can't get into trouble.
Right. Oh, he'll get into trouble.
Oh, you know there's some strip club he knows in
Yeah.
San Francisco that he can find somebody to get him
Right.
into trouble.
Yeah, after I got my tattoo, I was like Beth goes, oh, let's tweet pictures of our tattoos. I go, you know what? I prefer not to because I feel good about my tattoo. I don't need about
You
a
don't want-
million assholes writing me back saying, oh, you fucking asshole. You fucking tattoo.
What
Fuck
kind of
you.
fucking tattoo
That's
is that?
bullshit. Fuck you. Fuck this. I'm not sharing.
But then you did.
No, she tweeted hers. I didn't tweet mine.
I thought there were pictures of both of you getting tattoos.
Getting, but I didn't want to show
Oh,
mine.
okay.
It's bullshit.
You didn't show the finished product.
I came this close to getting an America's Got Talent tattoo. That's how happy I was.
Wow. Now, where did you
Yeah.
put the tattoo?
On my wrist.
Let me see. Oh, how cute.
No, it's just cute. I'm cute. Everything about me is cute, Robin.
Ron, you've probably been told since you were a young lad. You got to watch who you associate yourself with. You got to.
Oh, stop it. You're talking like
you can pick your friends, but you
talking
can't
like a
pick your
total
friends'
moron
nose.
now.
I mean, I'm sure you've heard this
Dude,
type of advice since
You know
were
what?
young.
Talk like a normal person, or don't talk to me, because you're talking like an idiot now.
Oh, this is what
Since
Jeff
I'm-
from Beacher's
yeah.
Madhouse got.
Right.
The same type of
No,
talk
I
to
didn't
me
talk
like
to
a
him.
person.
I didn't talk to him.
How did he speak to you? Give me an example of the types of things he said.
I'll see you later.
Ron, can I finish?
You're finished. If you're going to ask dumb questions like that, you're finished.
No, I'm just saying, probably since a young age.
Here we go again.
You were taught, be careful about who you associate yourself with, and then especially, you didn't let me finish.
Dude, these are girls. They were fine. They had a couple of drinks in them, okay? I didn't know they made the reservation mentioning Howard, okay? Let's get that straight for the 97th time, okay?
Okay.
The reservation was under the name Tiffany Granite, as far as I knew, okay?
In the aftermath of this incident, what did you say to Tiffany?
With the way I was treated, I didn't say anything to her. I was treated like shit. I'm a human person. You could have fucking said something to me like, take me on the side and say, listen, we thought Howard was coming. Tiffany made this reservation under her name, but must have said that he was coming. I had no idea about that. Okay? And I didn't know it was Jeff Beecher, because I don't know Jeff Beecher from a hole in the wall that I was talking to. And to be told to get the fuck out of here, that it's not fucking happening like that, well, then you're going to get talked to the same way you talk to me.
I don't need all the But as far as Tiffany sort of put you in a precarious position, I mean, that's not fair on her part.
Dude, I didn't know this until we...
I know, but in retrospect, now that you
All
look
right,
back
so
at
now
it,
I know, okay? So what is that?
What will you say to her? She kind of got you in trouble with your boss.
Well, I'll talk to her later about it, okay? I'll discuss it with her, not you.
It's amazing what we'll do for a pretty face.
Right. Give me a break.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate, Baba Booey. On Monday's wrap-up show, we talked to Ronnie because the ugly app guy was in again. Ronnie got very upset. He was very confrontational. He thinks there's a conspiracy against him. He thinks the guy personally attacked him. And then when Sal tried to calm Ronnie down, he smacked Sal's arm. So we're going to talk about what's going on with Ronnie.
So Joe, the inventor of the Ugly app, came by today, and basically the reason he came by was because of the way Ronnie reacted to all this and the success he had from selling his Ugly app. And Ronnie, you came in, it seemed, with a prepared statement. Were you thinking about this before the guy came here?
Well, I didn't know he was coming till this morning.
Okay. Oh, you didn't?
No. There was nothing on the schedule for today. On the schedule that I had, there was nothing on for today. Until
I wonder if that was intentional because it was on my schedule yesterday when I went.
Well,
to
no, I had gotten the schedule last week.
Oh, okay. He may not have been on yet.
Yeah, so it wasn't on there. But then I saw the updated morning schedule, and I saw that he was coming in.
So when you saw it, what was your first thought?
I said, "Oh, he's coming in for more free advertising."
Now, Ronnie? What I want to figure out is you were angry about a lot of stuff today, and you got in the guy's face. I know I'm not saying you would have done anything.
I wasn't doing anything, John.
Okay, that's what I just said. I'm not saying we're going to do anything, but I don't think we actually learned what you were so upset about. Like, what was the one thing that was? You get your balls broken all the time here.
Look, okay, here's the thing, and take it for any way you want to take it. All right, when he came in here and he did the whole app thing, and I got the 0, okay, fine. And it all blew up into a whole thing where I was upset about it, but not really upset about it. And I just kept saying that he was, here to blow up a thing, for advertising, to keep it going. It went to the wrap-up show. It went to Best of the Week. He got, he got all the free advertising out of it he could possibly get that week.
Super fan. Mm-hmm.
Okay, super fan. And that's what ticked me off, super fan.
But you never were able to tell us exactly. What
I don't remember exactly.
No, but it's a fair question.
But he attacked me personally. I don't care. You want to, you want to attack me. You're 0.0. You're ugly. I don't give a shit.
I guess we're trying to figure out how he attacked you personally. Because if I heard that, I think
he had to bring up things that that I do outside of here. It's none of his fucking business. I didn't bring up his wife, his kid, or anything like that, or what he does outside of here. You know what I'm saying?
But was anything he said on Celebrity, on Superfan Roundtable, was anything he said based on any information he had outside of whatever he heard on the show?
No, probably not. He probably heard it on the show, but still, I didn't like the guy to begin with because I knew what he was all about. He was all about pushing his app, free advertising. Okay,
I'm going to throw that one back at you for a second. Jonah Hill comes in here. He's about one thing. He's about selling 21 Jump Street. He's got a movie out.
Okay.
Why doesn't that piss you off as much? Because it's a similar thing.
Because he used me for it.
And shouldn't the guy have told us he wanted to pitch this app? I mean, shouldn't that he been upfront about that?
He was.
Well, Ronnie, he used everybody for it, technically.
I understand. John, all right. You don't see it my way. Nobody
Ronnie,
else.
nobody see your way. I'm trying.
Shut up, John.
I'm trying.
Not you, John. This John.
John
Mind your
Lieberman.
business.
I'm trying.
Lieberman.
Ronnie.
18. Quiet.
Ronnie, I'm trying to understand. I know nobody sees it your way, but I don't think everybody understands the way that you're seeing it. Like, we're trying to comprehend where you're coming from on this.
I see it as a thing. He's using the show.
Do you still feel he planned this and planned you to be the 0?
I think he planned something to get everybody riled up, okay? To get it out there, to get it talked about constantly, which he did. And it got brought back again. And it happened again, okay? So now he got another free day,
right?
Another wrap-up show, and another guaranteed Best of the Week.
Did it ever dawn on you that the reason this whole thing is being perpetuated is because of how upset you are?
Understood, Gary, because I didn't even want to go in there, but everybody breaks my balls. Oh, you're a pussy if you don't go in.
Well, you had to
Howard
go because
TV's got a nail in my back. Let's go in. You got to go in.
But he was going to say his piece whether you were in or not.
I had it. Yeah, but if he just said his piece, and that would have been the end.
But it's never the end of it.
Exactly.
Is it possible he's using secret mind control techniques on you?
Stop it, Benji. Come on now.
But here's the reality, Ronnie.
If you believe this is scientific, this thing that he does, it's scientific.
I think
you really believe
I haven't
that?
looked at. I know it's based on real science research. I don't know whether or not their app has done it properly. I don't know.
So Ronnie, can I ask Ronnie just a quick question?
I got to listen to you. Where do you come into this?
The app has skyrocketed again this morning
Good
into
man.
the top 10
Did you hear him
for
when he left?
iTunes. Let me finish. Do you take credit for the app skyrocketing into the top 10 this morning?
No, the show. I never said me. The whole thing.
And how
was
much
just
should they
me.
owe you today?
Oh, stop it, you moron! Get out of here. I don't.
Did you really want to cut, Ron, of their profits?
I was joking around. Come on.
Okay.
And I never said 50,000.
No, but
I said 30.
You don't want to cut of their profit, but it does irritate you that he's making money off of this. Correct?
Well, he should be making money off it because it's his business, okay? But he shouldn't be making it off me.
Wait, but
if he
it's
wanted
the
to come,
show, not
wait,
just you.
No, if he wanted to come in and promote his app, promote your app and goodbye. Leave.
But what would have been a proper? What did he do that wasn't proper? Like what that was.
Listen,
like,
when
I can answer that.
When I keep saying when dog shit gets a 2 and I get 0, there's something fucking wrong.
Have
I'm
you
sorry.
seen the dog shit?
I'm sorry. Shut
Why-
up, Julie.
Why do you? I think we've asked this question, but I just got to double check it. Why do you think he targeted you of all the people here?
I have no idea because he knows people can turn my screws.
Would you?
And he
feel-
knows I get on fire.
Would you feel the same
And
way?
didn't it work? Did it work?
But Ronnie,
That
here's
is
the thing.
proof.
The thing that's blowing my mind is you know the whole thing. You can see the whole thing from A to B. Yet you're still getting worked up.
Yeah, you
like
could've
you
pr-
saw the plan and it still didn't stop.
Gary, I had no intention of going in it this morning.
No, but I mean even before.
None.
What I'm saying is, you know,
I was willing to go in. I didn't even want to go in and do it the first time.
So
I
when
didn't
you
wanna-
went in, why
I
did you
went
get so worked up? If you knew that
I didn't get worked up the first day.
No, today.
Today?
Yeah.
Because I told you about the superfan thing. It's been on my note, and then I heard he's going to be coming in eventually. I didn't know what he was coming in today. Okay?
You're putting 0.0 effort into not getting upset by this stuff. Seriously, you're
Please,
just
surely. I don't need your comedy right now.
Wait, let me ask you a serious question. Would you be
it's bad
this
enough
upset?
I got to spend weekends with you with your fucking comedy.
Would you be this upset if someone else had scored a 0? Let's say if JD or Benji scored a
that'd be
0.
impossible.
Would you rail this hard against the app and against its creator if it was somebody else?
No, dude, I just said he attacked me personally, and that's what really got to me.
Forget the personal attacks.
What?
The
No.
score itself. You were pissed off at the score
No,
itself.
I wasn't.
Sure you were.
Oh, please. We came in here and talked about it on the Rapper Show. This is the guy who was upset about it to be
You
more
both
than me.
were, but you both
Yeah, you
were
pointed.
upset.
Well, you pointed out today that John didn't sleep for 3 nights,
Which is
so-
not true. That's
It's
embellishment.
so true. Don't
That
lie.
is an
John,
embellishment.
Come on, John.
I mentioned to you in
John.
the hallway one night. I
didn't
had
say
trouble
one- it
sleeping
was
last
more
night.
than one
Yeah,
night.
The ugly app.
It was more than one night, John.
Ronald, it was one night.
Jonathan, it was more than one night.
This is some comedy.
Even
thing.
one night's funny.
one night with a gun to your head.
It was more than one night. And it was also, from what I understood, to live with him, with his girlfriend, was unlivable. He was like, he was out of his mind about this whole thing.
There was a great moment this morning, by the way, where you brought up, you said, let's ask your girlfriend, and he just goes, stay away from my fucking girlfriend. There was like a whole weirdness there.
No, there's no weirdness there.
Ronnie, why don't you do the app again?
I won't. I don't want anything to do with this guy. I'm sorry. You didn't see when he left. He comes over to me and he's like trying to be my best friend, which he'll deny. Okay, trying to be my best friend. Oh, I love you. I'm a big fan of the show. Shake my hand. I didn't want to shake his hand.
But Ronnie, when you
and
were
then I
just
said to him,
feet from
"Dude,
his face,
you got what you want. You got your free advertising that people pay tons of money for here. Okay, you got 2 weeks of. Now it's going to be 2 weeks that he's got of it. I say go home and spend it on your 5-year-old kid. Enjoy it. You got it. You're going to make tons of more money after today. And sure enough, I guarantee, right? It's on fire, right?
It is.
Right or wrong?
I just talked to him. It's on fire. Let me ask you a quick question.
Okay. Yeah,
You were
I
literally
rest my
you were
case.
literally 3 feet from the guy's face, and you couldn't hear this on the radio, but you pushed Sal. That's how angry you were
Sal
when you were in there.
No,
no,
dude.
Sal was trying to
No,
restrain
Sal grabbed
you.
me by my jacket. Don't grab me by my jacket.
Wait, hold on.
what?
Hold on,
By
guys.
my jacket.
Guys, hold on. Let's take a step back.
He grabbed me. I wasn't going to do anything
Ronnie,
to him.
He was
didn't know
worried,
that.
though. He didn't know.
Who's Sal? What's he doing in there?
Well, everyone was so around
No,
you.
nobody belongs in
Wait
there.
a second. Wait a second. Let's reset here because I don't think everyone knows where we are. You had left, and you came back in.
Right.
And you wanted to look the guy in the eye
Yeah,
as
right.
you were speaking to him.
Was I going to hit him? I wanted to talk to him face to face.
It was very confrontational, and it was very. And you were.
And the Stern Show is not about confrontation.
There are moments sometimes, Ronnie, when you think someone may be losing it a little bit, and a lot of people thought you were losing.
Ronnie, if one of us had done that, would you have walked in?
That's a great question.
That's right. If one of us had done that, would you have walked in?
Yes, because that's my job.
But when you weren't doing your job, we were doing it for you.
No, I was doing my job. I didn't do anything to anybody.
How can you do your job and be the prime suspect?
He's schizophrenic.
Very easy. I didn't do anything wrong.
And I heard extra security came out in the hall just to make sure.
No extra security.
Did I hear that wrong?
No, well, that was Tim. He goes and tells the guy, "You better get in there."
So I'm not wrong that extra security was present.
No, he wasn't in the studio.
No, I didn't say. I said outside the studio.
Outside the studio,
just in case.
I was already out though. I was already out by the time.
But
by
you
the
weren't.
time Tim said, oh, "You better go in there."
But Ronnie, you weren't mad. I mean, you were mad at the guy, but your real anger.
I don't like the guy.
I understand that, but your real anger at that point was focused on Sal, not on the guy. Correct?
Yeah, I was because he's grabbing me, but he's grabbing me by the back of my jacket like this. No, don't grab me like that.
Here's what I will tell you.
I didn't. If I would have hit somebody, then I could say, "Okay, great, grab me."
If you hit somebody, it's too late. Here's what I will say.
Stop it.
Here's what I'll say. I know, Ronnie, I've known you for a long, long time, and there was like a 4 or 5 second period there where I wasn't positive, and I came in. Of course, to make sure, try to do my best, but also for you, I was afraid that you might do something that you would regret, and I didn't want to see you do that. And so I think Sal was doing the same thing, but it's funny. I think if I'd have grabbed your jacket, you wouldn't have reacted like that. But there's something about Sal doing it that pisses you off.
Yeah, because Sal was putting signs on my back the whole morning, too. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody grabs you like that, you think he's... fucking with you also.
You are without a doubt.
Especially Sal.
You are without a doubt the only head of security who's had security called on him. So you should
How do
be
you
proud
know
of
that?
yourself.
How do you know that?
Here, I know that. That's for sure.
Yeah, how do you know that?
No one's reacted like you reacted.
No, how do you
Why
know?
do you need to get in the guy's face? First of all, why?
I wasn't in it. I was in front of him. I wanted to look at him face to face.
Your spit hit him in the face, he said at one point.
Oh, good. I'm
you
glad.
You went in to intimidate him. I said on the news it was a lot like.
Gary,
it was a lot like Robert De Niro in Meet the Parents. When you out there, you're going to grab his hands and see if he was lying.
No, when I was standing at the podium all the way on the other side of the room, he was a real, running his mouth about everything. Okay, and I just wanted to be up front and see what he had to say. Okay,
you don't think he could see you across the room?
You couldn't hear him from across the room?
No, I couldn't see him from across the room. I wanted to be face to face, close to him.
Was it awkward after the interview was over when he had to you had to walk him out? Basically,
I walked
right?
him out. I walked him out, and I was fine. I did my job.
Did he offer you a free download?
And then he said to me, it's all about business, blah blah blah. I said, yeah. I said, enjoy it, man. You're going to blow up again today. Enjoy it. Take the money and spend it on your 5-year-old and your wife.
Sal's now joining us. Sal, we heard Ronnie said that he wasn't angry about the zero. He wasn't angry with this guy. He was pissed at you because you grabbed him.
I didn't grab him.
What
you
happened?
did grab him.
You
put your hand up.
I put my hand up, and I created somewhat of a barricade with my arm. Because, like I just
and
did
that's
now.
exactly what I did.
Right.
I didn't do anything.
You're a little more
But
forceful
okay, but hold on. Before we go, stop, Sal.
And you grabbed my jacket.
I might have, I think, when you were leaning in. Ronnie almost it was like, when an old lady's falling out of a subway car, and you have to hold her up.
Yeah, okay.
When he was yelling, he was leaning in, and it looked like he was ready to fall over. Like his pacemaker was going to give out any second.
Sal.
He's like, and I just put my arm up like, old grandpa's going to fall down.
Right.
And then when he grabbed my arm, I actually thought he was grabbing it to hold himself up because I thought he was going to just fall or faint from yelling so much.
Now, Sal, kidding aside.
I'm not kidding.
No, he's not kidding.
All right.
Of course he's not kidding.
You have an objective point of view when it comes to this. Did you think this was what it happens to everybody? Did you think this was a moment where Ronnie really could have been losing it in anger? Be honest.
Lost it. He definitely lost it. And I know the feeling like when Ronnie stormed away, like the one time I was going to fuck the guy in the eye socket. And I backed out of it, and everybody else.
It's like he says that like we all remember, and I go, I remember, I do remember, but I forgot.
Yeah, I was gonna fuck a guy in his eye socket, and then I backed out, and then I kind of got beat up, and I left. That was the day I left and went downstairs. I had to get some air. I walked around the building.
I didn't leave.
Well, no, you left. You left the compound.
No, I walked out of the compound because they were following me around with a live camera.
You might not have gone as far as me, but
I just walked out the door so they couldn't follow me into the hall because I didn't want to. I wasn't in the mood for the live camera. Chris had a live camera on me.
Right, and I get it, and it sucks. But I think Ronnie overreacted.
Why? What possessed you to sort of make that barricade, like you said? What were you thinking?
The way Ronnie was yelling, the way he got worked up, he wasn't seeing straight. I'm not. I mean, and
stop it.
I mean, aside from your bifocals, he probably was a straight
I don't have
anyway.
bifocals, okay?
Trifocals, whatever they are.
I don't have trifocals.
He was angry, and I can see the look. You know, Gary was in there. We all kind of knew like something could go down. And when you got down on your knee, when you looked like you were proposing to him, or you were ready to blow him,
No, I
don't know
fell
what
down. I fell down on the floor, right?
Did you?
And I couldn't.
No,
get
I
up,
thought you were going
right?
to punch him in the nuts or something.
No.
Yeah, because I don't know, because maybe he's used to punching people in the nuts. That's the level of his face.
Right. So, were you fucking with Ronnie today? Ronnie said you were putting notes on him and stuff?
No, when he was watching the monitor of the guy making fun of him today, I went over and I tapped him. I go, hey, say to the guy that he sounds like China. And
Well,
I
he
went,
did.
Pat. I pat him on the back and I left a zero sign on his back.
So you left notes on him?
On Ronnie, yeah.
And Sal, what was Ronnie's?
And he did it last time also.
What was Ronnie's reaction when he was watching it? Was he getting all heated up?
No, he was like cool Ronnie. You know, he had his hands crossed in front of him. He was just watching intently. You know, like a pit bull. You know, he was like in pit bull mode. You know, like this guy's not going to pull one over on me. And then he just walked in the studio and he crumbled. He
I
just
didn't
like he
crumble.
totally. Oh God, it was pathetic.
Hello, Ralph Sorella.
Hello, John
I didn't
Hines.
crumble.
I have a theory.
What is your theory?
I believe that Ronnie is secretly in cahoots with this ugly app guy.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because
I get checks every week from the guy, Ralph.
I think Ronnie's too smart to be doing this because he's the only thing keeping this app going. It would have been dead a long
Ralph,
time
I
ago.
had no intentions of going in there. They busted my balls to go until I went in. Don't you understand? I said, you can ask anybody around here. I said this morning when I saw the guy was coming in, I'm not giving this guy any airtime. I'm not going in there. I'm not saying anything. And Howard started with, I'm a pussy, and this one is, I'm a pussy.
But why couldn't
And
why couldn't you go in and keep your cool?
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, I just lost it.
Couldn't you just go
Because
in?
I remember what, I don't remember
playing
everything he
into it.
said on the fucking, Superfan Roundtable, but
What
whatever.
did he say that was so bad?
I don't remember, dude. I just don't remember. He just attacked me personally more than about the app. Okay, say I'm ugly, say I'm 0.0, fine. There's no reason to go after me personally, okay? I didn't go after him personally. All I said was I thought his app was shit, and that was it, That was as far as it went. I didn't start attacking him personally.
But
there was no reason for it.
You just said you don't even remember what it was. How can you?
I don't
attack
remember exactly, but I had listened to the show. It was a replay of the show the next day. I heard the replay the next day.
But you were carrying anger for something you couldn't remember.
Okay, so I didn't write it down. Maybe I should have wrote down what he said. Okay,
senility's kicking in.
I didn't think the guy was coming back.
Was it some specific comments or like an overall tone?
No, it was everything. His tone, the way he talked about me, like I was some piece of shit, garbage. I just didn't dig it. I'm sorry. There's no reason for him.
But why do you care so much about what this guy thinks?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It just got to me, all right? It got to me. I admit it.
But
It got to me. The guy's happy. He got to me. He got what he wanted out of it. So
all he said
God
was
bless him and enjoy your money.
All he
as
said
long
was-
as it lasts, okay?
But
Hey, Roddy?
Yeah.
Roddy, do you think you could start hating Champion Magazine for the iPad? We're doing a feature on you, Roddy, talking about personally we're attacking you.
only if that hot girl comes and attacks me.
Oh man, I don't know. You do seem genuinely upset, but really, who cares? It's a stupid app.
Yeah, I know it's stupid. I don't care about the app. I just care about the way he attacked me.
All right, thanks, Ralphie. What did you mean when you said the guy should have had Gary as a zero? A couple of times you mentioned that Gary should have been
No,
the
I
zero.
didn't. When did I say that? I said Gary should have been the zero.
No, you said when you were asked,
No. He said why he wouldn't do Gary.
Yeah, why?
You're saying he could have targeted me, or we were saying why did he pick you? Why did he not pick me or Benji?
Because I said that it would be said, and that would be the end of it, and he wouldn't have got what he got out of it.
You think it would have because I would have let it roll off my back?
Yeah, exactly. Because that's you're the producer of the show. You're the guy who basically brought the guest in, so you would have let it roll off your back more than I would.
I don't think whether I brought him in or not has anything to do with it. Again, I don't want to ruin the bit, but the absurdity that you take it serious that you're a 0.0.
I don't take it serious.
Because it's so absurd.
I don't take it serious.
See, Ronnie, you're on the verge of a heart attack on your knees at his crotch today. You took it serious.
At him.
At
him, not at his app. At him personally.
Ronnie,
at him because every time I walked, even today, every time I walked out of the room, he had stupid comments about me personally, not about the app.
Okay?
I understand.
Not about the ugly app. Not about me being ugly. It
Or
was
zero.
more about all other shit about me.
Why did you rip up a shirt that said 0.0 at the block party?
That
if
was
you're
a joke. Come on.
Well, Ronnie,
Now-
Ronnie, I understand that the guy gets under your skin, but
Old
I don't.
Hogan.
But I think you're being disingenuous saying that you're not bothered by the score.
I'm not. Not like I said, not when a piece of shit scores a 2. It just goes to prove that the app is a fucking piece of shit.
Does
And
anybody
I'm
attack the
sorry.
science of it? If you weren't upset about
Science.
it, you started attacking the science and things like that.
I'm with you, what science?
I'm saying that you are upset by the 0.0. If not, why would you spend so much time
God,
attacking how the
please.
app's made?
John, are you upset with the 18?
Yes.
Sure.
I'm not. let me.
Sure.
but
I wasn't happy with the 18.
But you also understand that. But 18 is. I would be more upset if I were John, because 18's
is worse than 0.
Well, it's a number.
Right.
0, because 0's an aberration. But 18's a number.
It's clear, exactly. It's clear that 0 was a technical problem with the app. 18 is an actual ugly score.
Gary, you think Ronnie's upset about the 0?
He is. I don't think it's the only reason, but I think he's not being completely truthful. That day, I think he's upset, and he just took it really hard.
Do you think this guy is condescending toward you? Is that the main problem you have? Okay. Because on the Superfan Roundtable, on Superfan,
and every time
he
I
said
walked
you
out
had,
of the room today, the same thing. He was very condescending.
On Superfan, he said you had a huge ego.
Right.
He said that you like to hang out with strippers and at strip clubs.
That's not his
and-
business.
Right, but he's
I
not
don't-
the first person to have ever said that.
Understood, but you combine it all together with all of this shit.
With the 0.0.
Oh God, John!
All right, we got to wrap up.
I'm not the one who didn't sleep for 3 nights, John.
You know, the 18s and the 0s should work together.
Hey, what's up? This is Jason, and on Tuesday's wrap-up show was a geek fight. I let it all hang out about my hatred of what's worth watching and how I wish John didn't do it. Then Ralph called in to set the story straight about his diva-like attitude, or not diva-like attitude, on the set of Geek Time. Check it out.
Jace, you were in and out of the studio all day today for a bunch of different
You
stuff.
know, sometimes, I won't say I plan it, but sometimes I know these days are coming, and I had no idea any of this was happening today or how it even happened until it was over. But yeah, again, I walk into the studio with a flamethrower and walk out with no friends.
I'm your friend.
Just a typical day here on the Howard Stern Show for me.
Yeah, I don't think anybody said anything that we all didn't already know. Well, maybe just the 4 of us knew it, but now everybody knows.
Yeah, I was going to say, especially the stuff I said about you, which is awkward because I haven't talked to you about it since I walked off the air. But I don't think I've said anything on the air that I haven't said to you in the office, and so I don't feel I blindsided you as anything. But I'm sure you didn't hearing me express those opinions on the air.
No, you're entitled to do it, but I did think you were acting a little bit like an asshole. That's why I said it, but which I've said to you off the air as well.
True.
But no, the thing that dug deep when you were just like, well, then just do one show.
Well, and it's something I talked to you early on. I was saying this to the news too. I do wonder, and I've questioned you how you balance doing both. So, meaning, if I work on Geek Time, and I would say I'm a quarter of Geek Time, or maybe to Ralph less, but let's just say I'm a quarter of Geek Time. And then if I had my own show, like you also have your own show, that show would be the priority to me. I mean, I don't see how what's worth watching is not a priority for you over Geek Time. And then when it gets into, arguing over guests, which apparently runs very deep with you and JD, I didn't realize that this was such a major issue. Yeah, I mean, maybe I love you on Geek Time. I would prefer you stay on Geek Time and cancel What's Worth Watching, which I believe I've said to you before.
Do you feel there's been times where he's held back, or you just feel inherently he must be holding back?
It's human nature. You can't, there's no way you could treat both shows equally. You can't. And
so would it be better if John left Geek Time and devoted all his energies to his own show?
It would be, I prefer he didn't do that. In an ideal world, I prefer he quit What's Worth Watching and come work only on Geek Time, but I would feel that What's Worth Watching would be less derivative of Geek Time if he wasn't also on Geek Time. And I don't have a problem that John hosts a TV. I don't have a problem that there's a TV show on Sirius. My problem is that the host of Geek Time is also the host of the TV show. If Will and JD did a TV show, I'd have no problem.
But what about the fact that John sort of did this about TV for his whole life, and this is why he even came to our show, is because he used to talk about TV.
Yeah, I get it. TV is John's interest, and I thought he had an outlet for that on Geek Time, but it wasn't enough of an outlet.
Have you seen John's passion for Geek Time go down since he started What's Worth Watching?
No, I think John's never had a passion for Geek Time.
I don't think that's true. I have
Really?
some passion for
Some
it.
passion.
No, but I was saying
I don't
this
think he's
for-
working.
Well,
any
if that's
less,
the case, then I don't see how his show hurts.
I don't think John's working any less hard on Geek Time. No.
As an outsider, because a lot of stuff I just pick up from hearing you guys in the office, but as an outsider, I would say John enjoys doing Geek Time, but it's not his passion. But
Right.
people can do things that aren't their passion and still be very good at it.
I love John on Geek Time. I'm not. This is not an anti-John on Geek Time thing. I love John on Geek Time. If anything, I want more John on Geek Time, which is what this conversation's about. John could do whatever he wants. John's an adult. John has a passion about television, and
Thank
John
you.
got this
Thank you,
show on there.
Jason.
But I think that he does it at the expense of just saying, "Well, I don't care how it affects other things." And
Wait, do
know,
you feel?
doesn't care.
But you
That's
say,
untrue.
It sounds like you say that there's been no proof of diminishment. Do you feel his show inherently hurts your show?
Yes. Well, and the example I was saying on the air was, John talked about the Walking Dead finale on What's Worth Watching on a Thursday afternoon, and then John talked about the same finale on Friday
So
afternoon.
I'll ask you two questions. First question is, how often does that happen? And the second question is, so what? Like, in other words, do you think that everybody that's listening to What's Worth
Yeah.
Watching is listening to Geek Time?
I'll emphasize the second question. So what? I mean, I'm having a conversation with Jenny and JD and Steve, and then the next time I'm having a conversation with Ralph and a guest and you, and a little bit of Steve, to Steve's credit. But, like, who cares?
Although we do pride ourselves on never repeating a topic here.
I will tell you the so what, and you can listen. I could be wrong, and everyone could disagree with me. But the so what is that you're the same guy, and I like to think that people who are fans of Geek Time and are fans of you are saying, "Hey, I can't wait to hear what John has to say about TV on Geek Time. I can't wait to hear his opinion on stuff." That's one of the big things about having you on Geek Time, is that you're Mr. TV. So if you're doing all that the day before, it takes away from Geek Time.
But one of the things that we've said about Geek Time is that it's Ralph's show. So what about when John wants to talk about Game of Thrones? Or what about when John wants to talk about something, but we have a guest in that TV
I am
gets
sure
cut short?
that Robin and Gary and Fred all want to talk about stuff that Howard doesn't want to talk about. And I am also sure that if Gary, Robin, and Fred did a show on their own,
Howard would say no.
It's very different. It's very different because Ralph is not Howard. It's simple
I know
as that.
Ralph is not Howard, but it's the show topic. You're taking John and Steve. Again, my problem isn't having a TV show on Sirius. My problem is that John and Steve, who are half of Geek Time, are also doing that same show.
But we've all said we're not half. Like you just said it when you said there's 4 parts of Geek Time, and I'm a quarter of it, but not really. So it's the same thing. We're not a quarter of Geek Time. Geek Time is 75% Ralph, maybe a little bit less, and then we're active in it. We get to say what we want for sure, but we don't program. We can't say today we're going to talk about Game of Thrones.
What percentage of you is I don't know if they're irritated or has an issue with John regarding doing both shows? What percentage of you is because John's tackling the same subject that you might be tackling, or just that his voice is being heard 2 days in a row?
It's everything. It's everything. It's similar topic. It's the same host. It's on at the same exact time slot, like almost 24 hours beforehand. It's not like it's on like Saturday at 11 o'clock or something. It's just too much of the same. And John, I know you hate when I say this, but it is grounded in truth. John is on a lot of radio shows here at Sirius, and the more he spreads himself out, the less special he becomes, the less special his segment on Geek Time becomes, and that's just the way I see it. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't think you guys are going to change my mind.
But is it his segment on Geek Time, or is John the host of Geek Time?
He's the co-host of Geek Time with an emphasis on his TV and movie section.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
I think I know where we need to go from here.
Hello, Ralph Sorella.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now. The only point I would add to, not to pile on you, John, because we've talked about this off the air. The only thing I would add to what Jason's saying is the show is just kind of similar in nature, where you're not doing a TV show where you're doing the top 10 TV shows of the week. You're doing a show that is also just kind of similar to what the makeup of the show is, and it's like if Howard has William Shatner on, it's going to be very different than when he's on Geek Time, but it's not going to be very different if he's on What's Worth Watching. So there's a distinction there, and I just think it waters it down. And all that being said, I'm not going to worry about it. We've talked about it. It's we know how everybody feels about it. I'm not upset about it. It doesn't ruin Geek Time. I mean, but the show is precious to me, and I just care about every element of it and things around it. So it's not It's not crazy to think that. John, you know what I'm saying.
I understand how both you and Jason feel, and I completely disagree with it. I mean, I really do. Maybe I'm not seeing it with objective eyes because I'm discussing myself, but ultimately the conversations I have on one show are not the same as the other because the people who are there are completely different, and frankly, the focus is different. On Geek Time, we talk about geeky shows. I mean, that's the whole idea. On What's Worth, we talk about all kinds of TV shows, and I could talk about TV, all day. According to Jason, I do.
We talked about that very geeky show Justified this week.
Well, that's Ralph. Believe me, we can get into this if you want. How we had somebody from 90210 on Geek Time, but I mean, it's but ultimately, Geek Time is your, and this is where I think Jason is a bone of contention. Geek Time is your vision. I've never pretended otherwise, and you've asked me. You said you want me to contribute more and be more of that, but I've surrendered to it's your vision. I'm totally okay with that. But I think that I don't think Jason feels that way, and I don't know about Steve. I can't speak for him.
No, I'm more like John. I say, yeah, it's your show. I like working on it, and I like being able to be on John's show as well.
I won't get into the semantics of it. Jason is very important to me and very important to the show. And when I was putting the show together, the first person I thought to produce this was Jason, and for a variety of reasons. So I'm not going to go back on that,
I was just taking. I was first of all, I agree with what John and Steve just said, and I'm not saying that it's not Ralph's show. Ralph is the runner of that show. He is the showrunner, as you will say. Somebody has to be in charge, and he is the one that got this show moving and got it improved by Tim. And really, and Gary, I was just telling you this in the office. I'm not just making this up on the air. It's really most fully responsible for the way it sounds and the way it's segmented, and it's one of the things I'm most proud of Geek Time. I think it sounds different than every other show on Sirius and on Howard channels.
Except for What's Worth Watching.
Except for What's Worth Watching, which is a little derivative. And
it's not derivative at all.
I'm making a joke off of Ralph.
But it is funny that it is funny. Listen, before you asked John to be part of Geek Time, John was doing a lot of shows. So if you're going out of your way to make a show sound different, it's interesting that you would ask John to be part of it.
You're right.
Well, part of the reason for the show was, I wanted somebody to co-host with me, somebody to talk to, and John and I were just having a lot of conversations on the phone, and I said, well, this should be, you should co-host this. We should just be talking about this stuff, and that was a big part of it. So John at that time was not hosting a lot of shows,
And John, and that's something that we all talked about, and Ralph specifically in the beginning, is not bringing, I know you had intimated it'd be cool if I could do a tech segment sometime on Geek Time, and the answer wasn't no because we don't think you're good at doing tech segments, but we were really trying to divorce ourselves.
Right. Well, that's part of it. That's part of it.
Well, Ralph, if I ended up doing a tech show here, if I did an hour-long tech show where I talked about cool gadgets and computers and stuff, does that compete with Geek Time?
It competes with my secret show.
Does that compete with Geek Time?
I don't know. You'd have to put the show together. You'd have to put it on. I'd have to hear it sounds like. It could. I don't know.
Because that's a distinct possibility.
I would say, to me personally.
Well, of course, because now everybody's doing shows.
except again, you get. I'm not looking for confrontation, but you get into this whole thing. I went to Tim way before Geek Time, and we talked about doing a gadget show for the news. So it's none of these are crazy radical ideas. It's not like you invented the wheel, but I give you credit. You brought the show and you pulled it together. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
And again, it's not the tech show or it's not the TV show. It's the fact that the crew from Geek Time is also working on the television show, which I feel is very similar.
I'm working on John's show and on Geek Time, and I think Jason and Ralph would like it if I was strictly Geek Time. But hold on, there's a person here that pays me, and the person here that pays me says, we have so much time on these channels. We need stuff that needs to be filled up, and any ideas you guys got, give them to me. Let's do this. You need to pull your weight, and I'm working on John's show that I like, and if I'm not, then there's more time, and I don't think Tim's just going to say, oh, Steve works for Geek Time. He's given X amount of hours for that show, and that's great. And let's leave him alone because he's got Geek Time.
Mark in Albany, you're on Wrap Up.
I'm usually not a big fan of Jason. I don't think he really has a voice for radio. However, I really got to hand it to him because for stepping out there this morning and telling the truth. I listen to the show every week. I really look forward to it. And when Ralph wasn't there, not for nothing, there was a time where I didn't really like Ralph on there, but I think he's brought something to it. But I didn't miss him when he wasn't there.
Ralph?
And it was kind of refreshing to have him, not stepping on everybody. And I don't know.
Ralph is essential. Let me say this in case I didn't make this clear. Ralph is essential to Geek Time. He's got a great on-air personality. He has a great way of speaking. He has a great way of interviewing. He sees things that other people don't see in different angles. Yes, I think we all did a very fine job the week that Ralph wasn't there. I also think it's easy to do one show when the host isn't there.
Ralph, Ralph, you're still there, right?
Yes.
It's very Larry Sanders. Does it make you crazy that you have to go do work, but does part of you looking over your shoulder going, God, they're doing the show without me?
Oh, I was so bummed out. I mean, Morgan Spurlock was on, who I really wanted to talk to about this Comic-Con movie he did. So, yeah, of course. I mean, it's my baby. Of course I wanted to be there. But, it was very last minute. Something came up with Howard, and that's my first deal. Take care, Howard.
Don in Baltimore, you're on the wrap-up show.
I do want to, before you get to Don, let Don go, but John, there's something I want to correct about that coffee story. And,
okay.
And we'll get back to that.
Yeah, Don, real quick.
That's all right. Hey, Ralph, I wanted to say I couldn't stand you until you got on the wrap-up show. I love the way you interview. I think you and John complement each other, and I think you guys ought to have a show of guests that won't do Howard. I think you ought to do another show.
I think we do.
I think we do. We had Dexter on and somebody else.
I think Shane from Walking Dead.
Yeah, I don't think there's a guest that won't do Howard. I think there's a guest that can't get on Howard.
Ralph, what do you want to say about the coffee?
That morning, I don't know exactly what it was, but I know I got mad because I just wanted coffee, and it was in the middle of right before the show. There was everybody was spread thin there. There was the printer wasn't working, didn't have notes, there were tech issues, and again, doing that show is a big deal. We're live from Comic-Con, and I didn't yell at anybody. I like Jason said, I think I threw my headphones. I don't even remember it. I just remember oh fuck, I don't know if it was no coffee or cold coffee or whatever.
You were definitely mad and frustrated, but everything you said leading up to that is true, which is probably why a year later the story came out, because no one came back from Comic-Con going, "Oh my God, we had this great Ralph losing his shit story." I don't even know where it came from. This morning.
It's fun to take a microcosm and say this little thing and then blow it out, but it's not like it's not like the old days where how many people quit over Robin and she made interns cry, and I think Fred had some issues with interns yelling at people to get food and stuff like that. I mean, there's none of that going on. Those are just crazy people.
The best thing I could say about Ralph is he's never taken a little microcosm and brought it up on the air to blow it up. That's what I love about it.
On Wednesday's wrap-up show, we talked about Triple X Factor and the controversial winner with Howard casting the tie-breaking vote. And somehow that drifted into a conversation about Richard Christie saying he'd be willing to blow Ronnie Munn for $1 million tax-free. And Ronnie, of course, would be willing to contribute as well if he got $1 million as well. And, well, the fun just started there.
Will Murray now joining us in studio.
Hello.
And Will, you put together a ton of these contests. Were you concerned that everyone was going to show up and perform nude and do what they were supposed to do?
Yes, of course. This is one of those contests where you expect at least one act to drop out just because of the nudity.
One of our original finalists did drop out. We had a male comedian, stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
And he chose at the last minute. And I was loving that idea. A naked guy doing stand-up comedy, thought it was going to be a riot.
It all got very real for him at some point. He said, I'm not doing this.
And whereas the other contestants, it didn't seem real at all. And when they were all talented in their own way. And I thought the first contestant, the burper, got sort of short shrift from you guys. I thought she did a pretty good job.
She was good. We've had better burpers who can burp phrases, who even she did a couple of burps where they were long, but at the end she sort of lost steam on them and you heard her real voice. And I thought she was a very good burper, but not the best burper I've ever seen.
And Ronnie, you got a ton of praise today as a judge. Did you model yourself after Howard and the way he's been working America's Got Talent?
Well, I've seen enough of it, so it's, I'm sitting there watching him all the time. I'm right there.
What kind of stuff did you pick up from him?
Originality, stuff like that. You got to put it all together. Looks, originality, the whole deal.
noticing erections.
Yeah, noticing erections.
Yeah, you seem to pay an awful lot of attention to
It was funny.
Cliff's penis.
It was funny.
Okay. And you also took a little flack today for, well, you have a new song. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I appreciate
You're welcome.
it. Yeah,
But apparently,
it's great.
You gave a lot of thought to which guy on the staff would blow you, and Benji, who was glowing
come on,
in
man.
the compliment.
I was doing something with Rachel. It was funny. I thought it was funny.
Isn't the correct answer
No,
nobody?
Because I really think that Benji likes to dabble in different things. That's how he. That's how he strikes. That's how he strikes me. I'm sorry.
But does
when I listen to all your stories about with your online stuff and going to people's apartments.
I wish I dabbled,
which I would never do.
It would be such a funny thing to talk
Benji,
about.
have you ever had sex while there was another guy in the room?
Yes. Have you?
No.
Was the guy jerking? Wait a minute. Was the guy jerking?
I think most guys have.
Jerking off while he was watching you fuck this girl?
I've had guys do.
Answer the question.
I've been in a situation where I was fucking a girl,
right,
and the guy jerked off.
So it's not a quantum leap to think. I'm not saying that. Never.
I think it is.
I've never been in a room where I fucked a girl while a guy jerked off watching me. Call me crazy, a prude, whatever you want. That's never happened for me.
And
Will?
There's been I've had sex with guys in a room.
Well, that wasn't your fault. There was a great one, I know.
Yeah, right. But maybe it's a standard issue with Ben.
Ronnie,
what?
You've never been in a room and a guy's doing something, not to you, but to himself.
No, not to himself. He was fucking a girl in the other bed. Yeah.
I mean, it's like big deal.
Well, Ronnie, do you see
like,
by
my
saying
preference would be with the girl herself, but this was years ago. I fucked the guy's girlfriend.
But do you see by saying what you
was he jerking off though while you were doing it?
He did, yeah.
Well, okay. So I said you like to dabble.
But you're also implying that Benji likes to blow guys.
No, I didn't. I was just saying if I had to pick one person that Rachel or the guy whoever sent the question in listed to me, I picked Benji because I know his history.
But I took it as a compliment if he just thinks, hey, I'm passionate and I'd be really good at it if I was into it. But I'm not into it at all.
I didn't say you were into it. I said I feel you're the type of guy who would try anything once. And maybe you would blow a guy once.
I thought it was more interesting.
I really wouldn't.
I don't know that, but I'm just saying.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
And Ronnie could be that guy.
That's just my feeling.
Should we just tell the whole story?
Nah, don't tell that.
I thought it was more interesting when Ronnie started saying he thought you dabbled based on where he used to see you hanging around when you were an intern.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't want to do that.
No, I'm fine with it. What does that mean?
Well, when I used to work before we had security up at the show and everything, I worked for the Today Show. So I used to have to go downtown to pick up people at their apartments or at hotels downtown or whatever. And every once in a while, I would see Benji hanging out on Lexington Avenue in the 20s.
At what hour?
Wait, that's the gay street in New York.
No, it's not the gay street. It's where all the hookers were hanging out.
I lived there.
But you were with them.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, you were.
I was interviewing.
I remember telling a story on the air about it.
I might have interviewed them, and I might have talked to them, but I wasn't with them. How am I with them on the street?
It was 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, and you were there out in the street with them, walking around with them. I don't know what you were doing. Maybe you were interviewing, but as far as I knew, you were with them.
Benji, I mean, you've told the stories that are funny and interesting. Like,
I didn't hire hookers off the street.
Have you ever
in my life?
Never said you hired them. I said you were hanging around with them.
Okay, let's say
there's a difference.
Have you ever fucked a hooker in exchange for sweeping up where she works?
Not sweeping.
What'd you do?
This was, again,
some light housekeeping.
Years ago. This was not this decade. It wasn't this century.
Okay.
It was another century. I brought a pizza.
In exchange?
Hand job.
But that was a century ago.
But see, that's not even true, because Benji told me...
Do I know what I'm talking about with him?
Ronnie, I never
But how
doubt
does
you.
that... Okay, Ronnie, have you ever been with a girl?
I've been with a lot of girls.
So you must be into giving blowjobs.
What are you talking about?
Again, that's just an odd deflection.
Yeah, I don't know where you're going with
where
that.
Are you guys going? Because,
I don't know where we're going. I want to get back to...
girl equate to giving blowjobs?
I'm not... See, you're missing the point. I'm just saying that you're the type of guy I feel would dabble in anything to try it once.
Well, I shouldn't
That's
be...
all I'm saying.
I think you're being sincere, so I shouldn't be upset at you about it.
I'm not trying to be nasty. I'm just...
And I'm not even saying that. I'm just pointing out that you definitely have had a fairly liberal sexual background.
I have
but I'm not saying whether you would blow a guy.
But
I don't.
there's nothing- you know what? If again, I never have, and it's not my thing. I'm not into it. But
Should I say good for you, or is that wrong?
I don't get it.
All right, let's move on.
Could be
Ronnie.
homophobic.
Well, could I just finish one little thought? Because I had said Richard Christie might also be a possibility.
Please clarify.
So when I went into, I had to record something in his room before, and he said to me very seriously that if Noel Biederman offered him $1 million, he would blow me.
What's in it for you,
Steve? Can you get Richard
Well,
down
I,
here?
I need $1 million also. I said.
I think Noel would go. I think Noel would do that.
Absolutely, no doubt in
$2
my
million.
mind.
That would be.
Well, wait. Again, if you're talking $1 million, like after taxes, and I think most guys.
Now you're blowing Ronnie.
And I can do it better than Richard too.
Eric in Seattle, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, Ronnie's sounding a little bit more humble now that he got his zero. And then I wanted to know if Ronnie's zero has anything to do with him starting to fantasize about guys blowing it.
No, not at all.
Well, there's an answer for you. I don't know. Do you guys think Ronnie seems more humble after getting a zero on that ugly meter app?
I think Ronnie has made a concerted effort to stay a little calmer since Monday, when he completely lost his shit.
Do you feel like you overreacted on Monday?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. I didn't do anything bad. I
didn't say you were bad.
I just
said
lost
you-
my shit. That's
Right.
all. I didn't do anything violent.
Do you regret anything that you said?
No, not at all.
Do you feel you focused way too much
What
on
are
this
you
guy's
doing in
penis
here asking
today?
me questions? What are you doing here?
Does
What are you
anybody-
doing here?
Does anybody else feel that Ronnie focused a little too much on that guy?
Oh,
Cliff's penis?
stop it now! Come on, it was funny. I even got a compliment from Jason today. The old Ronnie is back. You were great.
It was wrong.
You were funny.
I'm not asking you. I don't even know why you're here.
Are you mad at Shuley?
No, I got to spend the whole weekend with him. How can I be mad at him?
Randy in Atlanta, you're on the wrap-up show.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys, not Ronnie, because he's going to have a biased opinion, but did he look at the naked chicks as much as he did that guy's dick and black balls?
Thank you.
Yeah, I did. I had plenty to say to the girl from the band.
Yeah,
who
I didn't ask you, Ronnie. I
she
asked
was
the other guys in the
adorable.
studio.
She had dimples on her ass, which were really cute. She had great eyes. I mean, I said all of that.
All right,
Well,
Ronnie
that's
said.
great, but-
Ronnie says yes. Will, Gary, Benji, you guys were in there. Did you notice?
I thought he was looking a lot more at the guy. than
Oh,
the girl.
Will, I knew you would say that.
I'm just saying.
You love to break
I
balls.
think it was the funny thing in that situation to talk about.
Right.
Richard just walked in. Richard, we heard that you might be willing to blow Ronnie for the right amount of money. Is that true?
Oh, yeah, for $1 million. Well, $1 million after taxes, so probably
tax free, man. Tax free.
Yeah, like maybe $1.5 million.
All right,
but with the condom, Ronnie would have to wear.
Oh
a
yeah,
condom.
without a doubt.
Yeah, like that changes everything.
And Ronnie,
It does.
you get nothing for
No. I get
Ronnie
I
gets a blowjob.
No, I get the same thing. Or it doesn't happen.
Well, Richard, let's break it down for a second. It sounds funny to say this here. It's $1.5 million. $1 million is a lot of money, right? But you'll be on video, right? That'll be up on the internet forever. And once you've blown a guy, right, you can never say, I just did it for $1 million.
That's what I'm doing it for. I'm not doing it for pleasure. I licked Sal's balls for $5,000. How much different is this?
It's a good raise.
But and you think that your wife would be cool with that?
Absolutely. If we had $1 million and moved, could afford a nice place in New York City, it would be worth sucking Ronnie's old cock for 5 minutes.
I think it's a lot like a decent proposal where it seems like a really good idea now, and like in 6 months, Richard and his wife are laying in bed. And she goes, "I can't believe you sucked that guy's dick."
And you're gonna have to suck his cock like 10 times for a decent place in New York.
Hey, Ronnie, you're okay with this?
Hell yeah.
Does it? Wait. Does
Whoa! Stop the clock. No, seriously, you would do, for $1.5 million, you would let him do it?
Yeah, why not?
Wait. Does Ronnie get? Wait a second.
Whoa.
So what? You get the blowjob out of it?
Yeah, I get the blue. Yeah, but I get $1.5 million also.
Okay.
Right. Okay. A serious question. Can you get a hard on if he's blowing
That's
you?
what I was going to ask.
I don't know.
Can you get a hard on normally?
Get the fuck out of here.
Would you run your hands through his head while he's down there?
No, I would hold his head.
And
would you let me put
does this have to be till completion? I'm assuming.
Of course.
For that kind of money, yeah.
Hey, Garrett, we always talk
What
about
do you think?
this.
I'm going to walk away and
Now,
then
for an
blow
extra
my load?
for an extra $500, I'll put a digit in Ronnie's butthole too.
I think he may be expecting that.
Ronnie, but Ronnie, again,
honeymoon block party in San Francisco this weekend.
I'm putting all the jokes away. I'm putting all the jokes away for a second. So now you've done this and you end up with $1 million tax free, but you now have finished from a man. That's not one of those things that sticks with you?
Dude, I could walk away and retire after that. You'll never see me again.
Oh, yes, we will.
You'll never hear from me or see me.
Oh, yes, we will.
You motherfuckers claim I'm so goddamn fucking old. I don't have to fucking come back here anymore.
And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to be gay. I'm just saying that it's you're going to be looked at differently by people.
You think?
Yeah.
He'll be looked differently at because he's rich.
Ronnie, would you?
That's not.
Oh,
bad.
you don't think they're going to go? There goes Rich Roddy. There goes the cocksucker.
Me and Richard, we're going to ride off into the sunset.
Would you
together.
reverse with Richard? Would you blow Richard?
No.
So
you would receive but not give.
Not give.
Why? Why do you draw the line there?
Because that's gay.
I think it's gayer to finish from a dude.
Yeah, but finishing in Richard's mouth isn't gay.
I'll be wearing a condom.
Yeah, it's got to be condom only.
Wait a minute.
Now you're talking
for $1.5 million. You got to take the condom off at the end.
No,
and just blast them.
No, it'd have to be at least $2 million.
Ronnie, why do you why? Never mind. But wait, Gare, we always talk about this. But again, isn't it just the price for $1 billion? What do you mean?
You're
For
jealous.
$1 billion?
You want to do it?
No, that's what I was going to ask Richard. Would you do it if it was a contest to win $1.5 million, and Ronnie had or someone had to pick who was the best one?
Oh, you mean several people blow
Let's say
Ronnie?
Me against you.
I could beat you. Not that I've ever blown somebody, but I
would you take that for that challenge? Would you take it with the risk that you would lose?
And I've blown a dude.
Oh, I don't think so. No.
But you think you can win?
Because Benji, I don't know. I
thought
like
you were
to
gonna
think that I'd be good at sucking Ronnie's cock, but but like Ronnie said, I bet Benji's got some tricks up his sleeve.
I thought you were going to underbid Benji. That's what I thought you were going.
Oh,
yeah, we should name that tune in reverse.
Yeah.
I'll suck Ronnie's dick for $900,000.
But yeah, that's why I was saying.
How much would you do it for?
Hey, listen,
John?
Scott was going to take it in the ass for $250 before taxes.
Oh, that
and on pay-per-view.
Yeah,
behind a black curtain.
Yeah.
But isn't that what it gets down to, Gary? I mean, you think we always do this. Well, for $1 billion.
I don't have $1 billion.
No. For $1 billion, would you suck a man's cock?
$1 billion?
$1 billion.
Why
Yeah,
so high?
I think I could buy my own planet, but I don't know. I mean, $1 billion. Jeez.
Just a yes or no, honest.
Richard.
I'm thinking. I can't give you a direct answer, but it's not no.
Come on.
Let Gary think about it. Will, what are you going to say?
Richard, is it a flat fee, or are there other guys like? Would you charge less to blow Gary?
No, I'm not turned on by it. I'm not doing this for a hot guy. I'm doing it because
But
I'm
there's
getting
no
money.
cute like Sal. Would you charge less for Sal?
Like how much
I
would
charge more for Sal because he has an ugly cock, and plus
But you don't know what my cock looks like.
What if it was $1 million? What if it was a tax-free $1 million and
That's
you guys?
what I just said.
Hold on, let me finish.
All right.
What would, if it was a tax-free $1 million and you guys had to split it? So $500,000
No.
each.
No.
How about Brad
You guys
Pitt?
are getting up together at the end anyway.
You'd blow Brad Pitt for $500,000.
No.
Yeah, he would.
Well, I just want to meet Brad Pitt, so you're right. I probably.
What if
would.
he wore the outfit he wore at Legend of the Fall?
and he had the long hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
The guy that you had to post to, that guy.
Maybe Ronnie can just dress as Brad Pitt.
Oh my God! How great would that be if Ronnie dressed as Brad Pitt
In the Legends of the Fall outfit.
Yes.
That'll be part of the deal.
Jim in Carolina, you're on the wrap-up show.
Richard and Ronnie, where is your integrity? I mean, you can't, there's not enough money for an act like that.
Hey, it's funny.
Well, I mean, it's kind of funny, but I mean, you want to live like that the rest of your life, knowing that you would have done something like that. But I love you guys, but I mean, I got to draw the line somewhere.
Dude, we're team players.
Yeah, and I've already licked a set of nuts. I mean, how much further is this than that? And
It's a lot further, Richard. That's giving head, man. I mean, I'll tell you what, I'll pay $25 extra a month in a subscription price if y'all do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Wouldn't that be
really
funny?
have a problem with it if we get all that money.
Well, where is your line, though? You're saying licking Sal's balls is the same as blowing Ronnie and swallowing Ronnie's load?
I didn't say anything about swallowing.
I'm sorry. Making Ronnie come in your mouth.
With a condom on.
With a condom.
I think, you know what?
How drunk would you be? How drunk would you be?
I would have to do a few shots before, but When Ronnie came, I would die laughing. I'd be laughing with this cock in my mouth.
Hey, Rich, would you, kind of going back to what Gary said, would you let your girlfriend blow Ronnie for $1 million?
No. Because that's
indecent proposal.
That's not
fun for Richard.
This is a funny bit. It's just it's nothing sexual if it's me and Ronnie.
It's
just
nothing sexual. Are you kidding me? You really believe that's not sexual at all?
No. Well, maybe a little bit for Ronnie because he has to get a hard on, but
you have to get it to a rhythm in order to get him to finish.
Right.
Oh, God.
You can't just pretend you're sucking a banana. You got to make shit happen. You might have to palm his ass.
I know. Well, that's what I'm worried about. Like, what if it takes an hour or two? Like, Ronnie, you're going to have to be really horny for this.
What if Ronnie drinks?
If I have if I have a few drinks, you're in deep shit.
No, you better not drink then.
I got to tell you, I'm sitting here still thinking about Benji's proposal. I'm like, okay, I could get a boat on the Riviera and fill the whole hull with Listerine. Could I live that way for the rest of my life?
Could you live with knowing that what you did to get the money?
I think. Listen, $1 billion is like you can go do whatever you want. It's an amazing amount of money, but I probably have a lot of hang-ups. And I think it's not what the rest of the world would think. I think I would have a hard time every birthday when my kids go around to bring me a cake to know that the reason we have this great life is because I blew a dude.
By the way, just to change to a happier topic, we think someone shit on the floor of the bathroom.
Oh. What?
Yeah, and
what are you talking about?
We have a little private bathroom that we use for guests, and I've given permission for the staff to use it. But someone has done the ultimate foul. Look, there's shit on the floor.
How could they miss that?
And look at the bowl, Robin. If you can see that, not only did they shit on the floor, pan up, they shit all over the bowl.
Oh my God!
How do you do that? How does that happen?
It.
I've never in my entire life shit like that.
I just passed Tim in the hall. He looked a little guilty, but I'm not saying
Tim. Please come in and admit your guilt.
And just fess up.
Because I'm going to have to fire Tim, and I love Tim.
I didn't say it's Tim, but maybe this person.
Tim, if it's you, just tell me.
Okay, I shit. Okay, we all happy now?
No, now let me ask you something.
No, I gotta go.
No, but what? Okay, so you admit you did it, but why all over the wall? And
no, I cleaned it up.
But what happened? Were you sick?
Yeah, I was sick.
You were really?
Yeah, I was sick, really sick.
But how do you spray out like that? I've never done that.
I was really sick, and I thought I cleaned it, but I was really sick.
I knew I was in trouble, and it was going to explode. So I grabbed. I had the New York Times and the Daily News in the car in the front seat.
Times is a much bigger trouble.
And I threw it under my on my seat. And I exploded in my suit, man. Oh. It all got on the newspapers. Wow. And then, did you have to throw this away, or did you clean it? Oh, I threw it out. Oh, I threw it out, man.
But how did you get them from your car?
The next one, because you're not going to get to it. Yeah. Lieberman was a reporter, and he shit during a report. Like on the air, he was talking to somebody, he shit his pants, and then he went back in the truck. He thought he cleaned it up. He went in the truck, and the woman's like, "There's brown shit on your sock." It's a funny story. We're thinking about doing a show of all bad shitting stories.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah. Okay. No, I was just listening to the wrap-up show from last Wednesday when after Tim, I guess everybody who listens to the show knows that Tim was the guy who confessed to shitting all over the bathroom.
I think the world knows.
Yeah, the whole world knows. And oh, my God. I was just listening, like Ronnie. I know a lot of stuff about Ronnie. I didn't know this one. This is from the wrap-up show. I don't know if you heard it, Rob.
No, I didn't.
I got this bad attack, which must have happened to him also, and I thought I could control it.
Hot peppers?
I don't know, but I could. What happened was, I knew I was in trouble, and it was going to explode. So I grabbed. I had the New York Times and the Daily News in the car in the front seat.
Times is a much bigger target.
And I threw it under my on my seat, and I exploded in my suit, man.
Oh.
But it all got on the newspapers.
Wow.
And then
Did you have to throw the suit away? Or did you clean it?
Oh, I threw it out. Oh, fucking threw it out, man.
But how did you get though from your car to your house?
To my house?
Yeah.
You ever see how people walk like little tiptoes, like
With
this,
like
with your legs closed together? You know,
My God. Shitting stories. There's a million.
Wow.
Yeah, I have thank God, knock on, what is this, Formica? I've never had that issue. I know you had it.
I had my issue, but
Yeah.
it didn't hit walls.
No. I am so flabbergasted by that whole event. I can't even tell you. And then I saw Tim, I don't know where, like AGT.
Yeah, he was telling me he was at AGT. I talked to him over the weekend.
And then he put out his hand to shake my hand. I was like, no.
And that's what he said, that, he said his life was ruined by that story because everybody at AGT shunned a handshake.
They did. John Lieberman was on the wrap-up show, the same show as Ronnie, and everyone was sort of sitting around the round table and sharing stories.
I was a reporter in Albuquerque, New Mexico, 1997. We had the Balloon Fiesta, which is this national balloon thing with hot air balloons, started at 5 a.m. on a Saturday morning. The night before, I was out drinking, and then we used to have this little lady come in to the station with homemade breakfast burritos every morning at 4 in the
It's a
morning.
recipe for disaster.
So I stop at the
Perfect
breakfast
storm.
burritos. I have one of those. I'm hungover. I'm out doing a live shot at like 5:01. I'll never forget it. I'm interviewing a cop, and all of a sudden, I just feel my insides start to come out. You can see it on my face on the air, but you don't hear anything. Afterwards, so I'm done interviewing the cop. I hurried up. He's talking about traffic in and out. I'm not even really listening. I go right to the porta potty, and I take off my underwear, take off my socks, throw it in the porta potty, thinking that nobody's ever going to notice anything. I get back in the live truck, and I had a female camera
What
woman.
was it? You threw your pants in. So
No,
what
no,
were
my
you-
underwear.
No.
I throw my underwear.
You just came out nude.
I throw my underwear and my socks in there. Okay?
But you must still smell like shit.
Well, I thought that I was clean, much like Tim probably thought. I get back in the live truck. I'll never forget this. My camera woman was a woman named Lynn French, and I cross my legs in the live truck. I'm writing a script, and she goes, "What's that brown on your ankle?" And I'm like, So, of course, now I have to come clean to Lynn. She's on the phone to the station. Everybody's laughing back at the station.
Oh, my God.
These are some of the funniest stories.
I know. Well, Sal actually made a good point for once on the wrap-up show. Was talking about how Tim kind of is like an ADD kind of guy, because after something like that goes down and you just shit all over the walls and the light switch and everything, like I think Tim is always so busy that he's just he just moved on to the next thing. This has to be his worst nightmare.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
It is, Howard.
I know. Not to mention,
This is that thing you just want to go away that won't. It just keeps growing.
well, it's not going to go away because it's ridiculous. I mean, people were talking to me about it all weekend because it's ridiculous. It's like, how do you shit all over a wall and a light switch? I mean, and the toilet is just covered in shit. I mean, it's just impossible to do. I couldn't even replicate that if I tried. I mean, the spray was crazy.
It was an explosion.
And I love when Tim explains it, but he doesn't really.
Right.
Like we still don't know where his ass was. Was it on the bowl? Was he above
See, I
it?
can't imagine it being on the bowl.
Yeah, I can't
and getting
either.
so high up.
But he says he was on it.
He doesn't know.
He's in a coma. Yeah, I was thinking about it all weekend. Like, I'm not done interviewing Tim about that.
Oh dear.
Because I don't understand it. I don't understand how you leave, and I don't understand how that it happens in the first place. I honestly don't. It's just never happened to me. What?
My understanding is that Tim's just really, really upset about
Oh,
this.
he's had.
He is.
Yeah, I
I
am
told
too.
you that he told me his life is destroyed.
Like he, like they talked about it on the
super fan the other night.
Oh, did they?
Because it was the biggest thing that happened last week.
Right.
And I think Tim was upset that they spent too much time on it.
Oh, I wonder what they said.
Wonder what they said. What do you think they said?
That's what Jason just said. That's exactly what Jason said. He goes, what do you think we said?
It's the craziest thing ever. I wouldn't leave that bathroom until every bit of evidence was gone.
Well, I have to admit, I was like, I don't want to come back to work if that's what's going on.
Yeah, I don't either. How do I get out of here? How do I get out of here? That's crazy.
What does the room look like now? Did anybody ever get to clean the wall?
Where are we at with that? Gary, is there shit still on the walls? Or did someone get in there with some bleach? That's what I would do. I would get bleach and paint.
Yeah, you got to get disinfectant. You got to wash that place down.
Where are we at with that room?
I'm going to send John Lieberman in because he could explain it.
Oh.
It's still not well.
Oh, it's ruined.
Yeah, they might as well tear down the room.
John, where are we at with the wall? I mean, and what condition is the bathroom in, honestly?
And how do we get it fixed?
Right.
The thing is, it stained the walls so much that it's going to take an intense cleaning.
What would do it? Bleach?
To get it off. Maybe bleach, ammonia, and under the railing, there's still a lot of residue of...
What's this railing?
It's
there's
like
a rail around, the room.
Like a handicap rail?
It's like the handicap rail, which it appears maybe Tim grasped onto it. Maybe he was having such a violent episode that he grasped the rail.
Oh, my God. Look at that rail.
Yeah.
Well, how did shit get up on there?
Now watch.
Well, if it was on the light switch, this is nothing.
Robin.
See the remnants right there by the round circle end of the rail?
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you trail that to the right along the railing, all under there, that's all, it's not rust. That's feces under there that is now dried. That's how bad it was.
Look, it's still
what
filthy.
we need? We need those people who clean up after a murder.
It's like a crime scene.
Yes.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Oh, wow. Look at the wall. Oh.
It's got to be painted.
Can I have an amnesty that I'm not going to get fired by Tim for continually pursuing this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not getting fired. You're a newsman, and you got to go after the news.
Well, you know what your next story should be, John?
What's that, Robin?
It's to get somebody from maintenance in there and show them what happened,
right,
and ask how we get it cleaned.
It's a good story.
Absolutely. That is it. And
have you been pressured to not do the Tim story?
I have not been pressured.
All
no,
right.
I have
There you
not
go.
been pressured. I have obtained the surveillance video.
Go ahead.
Of Tim Sabean from 5 different camera angles.
Oh, my goodness.
Of what you can see. And let me just review the key points for you, Howard.
Okay.
One of those is at 8:14:47, you see Tim entering the kitchen outside the compound. Now, Tim's argument is that he was in a huge rush, that he had this explosion. He spends 41 seconds in the kitchen, according to the videotape. Then he enters the compound and stops for another 27 seconds to speak to Ronnie, Richie Wilson, Lee Garowitz, and Rob Martin, and then finally enters the bathroom about a minute and a half after he first entered the kitchen.
So your point being that he was in no real rush.
I deal with facts, and the facts show that he doesn't appear to be in any huge rush to
Or
go into the
distress.
toilet or distress. However, he enters the bathroom at 8:16:30 that morning,
ahead.
and he spends roughly 7 minutes in the bathroom.
All right, well, there you go.
When he exits the bathroom, he stops and talks to Greg Carmel, the cameraman, briefly, and then he walks through the frame back here into the Stern compound. Now, here is another key piece of video. He's caught on video looking around the bullpen area, almost as if he feels like he's been caught doing something, but he hasn't.
Right.
And he has this look on his face, kind of a startled look. So he looks around, then he rushes out of the compound, and here is the best shot of what we have is then at 8:24:10. Tim, you see 2 buttons on his shirt unbuttoned, one more than normal. You see sweat on his face.
Right.
You know, And then when he exits the compound, he hits somebody on the shoulder, a Sirius XM employee. He just kind of pats him on the shoulder. A guy in a green T-shirt who's just an unassuming guy standing outside.
Poor guy.
And he's walking with a very strange waddle as he exits the compound, almost as if he still has shit in his pants.
Oh, my goodness.
That, that being said, what we gleaned was how explosive was it if he spent this amount of time in the kitchen and then in the bathroom, and then prior to the bathroom, and then he's in there for 7 minutes. And we also found some shit stains next to where you swipe your key card.
Oh, boy.
Going in and out of the bathroom. So
what do you think that is from? Like, I mean, when he exited, he still had shit on his hands.
One could rationally assume that, yes.
I mean, how did shit get on there?
Yes.
Outside the bathroom is what you're talking about?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
And the shit trail ends there?
And the trail ends there.
Thank goodness.
But we needed to review the videotape to get a good chronology of exactly what went down.
Yeah,
what was the narrative and how explosive was it? Now, granted,
I'm just curious, and then maybe we'll drop this because people are eating their breakfast. But I'm just curious how it all goes down. Like where is your asshole that it's spraying up like that into the walls and into the metal? The spray is insane on that.
In Tim's defense, look, it must have come on, right as he's talking to Ronnie and Richie Wilson. He must have felt something in his stomach. He goes in. He clearly starts to erupt prior to
Is that what you think?
Even getting very close to the bowl. Yeah, because
you think he started shitting before his ass hit the bowl?
Yes.
Well, how else would it get up, Howard?
There is no question.
I don't know, Robin.
The splatter on the walls, it was like the walls were painted.
Is that what happened?
Feces.
That's what I want to know from Tim.
And that's why when I first said it looked like somebody was trying to send a message, this was not it was not easy to make this happen.
No. I mean, is there any possibility he laid down on the floor and like a volcano, like he erupted up? I mean, what is this? Holy mackerel.
I think he had his pants down and he was trying to get to the bowl and all hell broke loose in that bathroom at that point.
Wow. And we have the splatter evidence to prove it.
Sheesh. We have the splatter. We have the videotape.
That's the
case closed.
But we got the guy who did it. Why can't he give us the blow by blow so we don't have to speculate?
Because he's embarrassed.
Well, and this is the thing. I mean, he wants it to be the end, but the fact of the matter is,
there's a lot of unanswered questions.
A lot of unanswered. Just because he confessed does not mean that the criminal process is over.
Right.
I mean, this could still go to trial. What if he comes back in a month and says, "I just confessed because." I was feeling the pressure and I didn't want JD to go down for it or Ronnie or somebody like that.
He wishes that.
So.
That's a good thing to do, though.
I'm proud of Tim that he confessed, though. And he has full amnesty because he did confess. I gave him that. I gave him full amnesty.
But suppose he was covering up for somebody else.
No. He believe me. He's not that gracious. Well, this is probably good for you to know because you're on this story. I've contacted a woman who's an expert in toilet training, and she is going to come in and teach Tim how to shit properly. You know what I mean?
You know what? Maybe we should ask you to see Tim's home.
No, I don't want to see that. I think he just shits all over the house.
And how about the shit show?
Right.
Oh, my God. This is the greatest show on earth.
We were talking about it all weekend.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, everyone was like, what the hell happened in there? It's like a murder. It's like a mystery.
You would have thought this was Watergate by the people online trying to dissect each and every, second of Tim's shit.
I think it's fair of Tim, though, to look into maybe getting it cleaned properly. I mean, I think that would be fair. I know he's got a lot on his plate, but...
Yeah, the fact that he still hasn't done it. I mean, I would have done it right after that explosion. I would have roped off the place and never let anybody in there to see what happened.
My guess is painting the place would be the best solution.
Well, you got to wash it down first.
Yeah. Yes.
And since Tim's explosion, we looked, the number of key card swipes drastically reduced. Either people are A, afraid to go in there because of what they might see, the remnants, or B, they just don't want to be connected with this at all.
Right. No, don't go in there if you're going to do something embarrassing.
I would
is what it
declare that a health hazard.
What is that, Tim?
It is what it is.
Right. I say make that Tim's office. And then, make his office a new bathroom. Wow. Big story. Is this one among the biggest stories you've covered since you've been here?
I think so. Because it's Tim. Because the cover-up goes to the highest levels. Right.
It's like your Watergate.
Right,
I
exactly.
feel like shit.
I mean, and there's so many layers to it. The how, what, when, how did this unfold, the lying about it. And that's, the cover-up is worse than the crime.
Could this end in Tim's resignation?
I can't go there. I don't want to speculate on Tim's employment future with the company.
He go?
But I do know he wants this to go away.
Yes.
Everybody coming up to him at AGT didn't want to shake his hand and doing all sorts of, and I understand you egged it on a little bit during the breaks at AGT.
A little bit. A lot of people were there, with their families.
Quite frankly, I only dealt with him because it was by phone.
Right. Right.
So Tim wants this to go away, and who can blame him?
Right. I can't blame him. And I do admire him coming forward. I do.
He felt the pressure, and he did the right thing.
Right.
And what else can you ask for in a boss other than
not
cleaning up after himself
in the first place?
I would have spent all weekend getting rid of the evidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know Tim's here, and I know he's in his office, and I know he's just feeling terrible.
Is he?
Do you want me to ask him to come in, and we'll just say this is it? We'll end it after today.
All right. I think we've gone as far as we can.
A final
with this story.
discussion, yes.
I think it's done. I think we'll get the bathroom cleaned in some capacity, and it'll be
we'll move
done.
on.
We have the crime scene photos, we have the swabs, we have the videotape. Should this ever come up again, we have everything sealed up that we need.
Yeah, because
he's not coming in.
Why? I want to put an end to it.
He's just like, I can tell he's upset.
I know, but I'm putting an end to it.
I'm trying, but he goes,
I'm trying to get closure.
He goes, I'm done with this bullshit.
It's no bullshit. Serious story. Well, one thing we know, our fans are very understanding. After today, they'll definitely drop it.
They won't be bothering him.
If things don't go on and on and on. Well, I think he should come in here and close it out, but... And now I'm the one who gets stuck with, Tim coming to me privately and going, this has got to end. This has got to end now. So I don't want that discussion either.
Well, he's making it a bigger deal by, reacting this way.
Right. Yeah, I don't want that discussion. Man up. Take it, don't come crying to me about it. You made your shit, now lie in it.
We've all had accidents, all made mistakes.
Yeah, you've had your accident. I heard that.
I had my accident back in the day, 1997.
You remember the year.
I remember the year.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
So, look, you get past it. You move past it.
Sure.
You move forward in your career from shitting in your pants to covering somebody else shitting in their pants.
You've come full circle.
Yeah, I've come full circle. So,
how you
15
doing, man?
years.
Everything good?
I'm doing good. Everything's good.
You glad you made the decision to be a reporter in life?
Oh, yeah.
You like it?
I love,
This is what you live for.
This is what I live for.
Right.
I mean...
You're an excellent journalist.
I like unraveling the mysteries, whether it's fun mysteries or whether it's serious.
Right.
Well, shit happens.
That's right, Tim.
It's all the same, but I can say on the record I've never seen any place like this place.
That is some job. Well, thank you, the great John Lieberman, who obviously...
He's gained a lot of fans with his coverage of this story.
People respect him now.
Yeah.
This is the biggest story Lieberman... This has put Lieberman on the map.
Somebody said to me, what does he look like? They were saying that the guy before him, I forget his name now.
He's the most handsome man I've ever seen.
He said, that guy was kind of creepy looking. What's this guy like?
Oh, we only hire creepy looking guys. What did he get on the ugly meter, John Lieberman? I think he scored lower than me.
Like an 11 or something?
Yeah, right. Let's put it this way. He looks like a guy that would cover a story like Tim's shit. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back right after these
John
words.
Lieberman got 18 on the ugly meter app.
Well, actually...
18.
That's been updated, Fred.
Oh.
Wait, I'll give it to you.
John Lieberman put Tim Sabean's shit in a baggie.
There you go.
Nice.
Actually, today is John Lieberman's 1-year anniversary. According to his Twitter feed. Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, John got an 18.
Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary! Happy anniversary!
Indeed. All right, we'll be back right after these words.
He was so angry. He goes, I'm done with this bullshit. But he's like, he really yelled at Jason. First of all, we went 2 days last week, right? You got to do a fucking show about what happened during the week. But I mean, it's Tim's first pitch. But I said it to Southside, but you shit all over the field.
Shit all over the bathroom. I mean, in a way that is mind-boggling. I mean,
I'm afraid to see Tim. Or my boss.
Well, you're leading into my first question, John. You saved yourself by getting amnestied by Howard himself, which was a very smart move. At the same time, do you think Tim will deploy some type of passive-aggressive tactic, like give you bad assignments or find other ways to get back at you?
Well, number one, I didn't beg to go in there this morning. I wasn't, asking Gary. This was brought up. Howard brought this up. Gary brought this up. And so I just then entered when Gary told me to enter the studio. So, I'm not going to go in there, though, and not say anything. I mean, if I'm invited into the studio, I'm going to offer new information. And I think Tim has to understand that. Oh, God.
So you're literally just doing your job.
So I'm doing my job. Did I leave my mic in there?
It's right behind you on the floor.
Oh, thank you. So Greg, I mean, I think the point is this. I want Tim to understand that I wasn't pursuing this just me. I was asked to go in the studio, and when I go in the studio, I'm going to add new information that I have, which is the surveillance video. So, I know he's not happy, but I wasn't. This isn't about me. This is about Howard Stern and Gary, wanting this discussion to continue. It wasn't about me.
Well done, sir.
Thank you.
Excellent job digging to the bottom.
Now let me get back to my other work. Oh, wait, an email from Tim. I should finish out my work day and then leave. Can I tell you?